Megalodon.
What's up, y'all? It's Dale, man.
Hey, what's up, YouTube?
We've seriously
What's
had people
up?
waiting. So I posted this toward the beginning. We've had people hanging out in the chat. Appreciate you guys hanging out in the chat.
What's up, the chat?
We may be bringing in people from the Twitterverse, from the YouTube verse.
What?
Yeah.
Boston targeting Aaron Naismith. Orlando targeting Cole Anthony.
God, that is such an Orlando thing to do. We're doing spoilers. Sorry, guys. We're doing spoilers because I don't think there's any other way to watch the draft is through Woj.
Yeah, I'm not even sure why. It's just I had it on TV and it's just feels weird.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not even in the same room as my TV anymore. So,
what's the story on those Gardettos?
So Aaron Nesmith was somebody that was rumored to the Thunder. It doesn't appear that he will be going to the Thunder, and also Cole Anthony. That is nuts. That is nuts. I didn't see that coming. Feels very Orlando. Feels like maybe Orlando thinks that they're going to lose their starting point guard from last year, and they just want to replace him with literally maybe the exact same guy who might be a little bit worse.
So
DJ Augustine was great,
huh?
He's their. They remember the tweet they did about him. Hey, so Poku is the guy, right?
Poku's gonna be there. It feels like at 17, and
no, that trade has not been announced though, right? That was because
it's not been announced. I've heard from lots of people that it is essentially a done deal. So
name names.
I will not be naming names, but
Ricky Rubio back to the Timberwolves.
Pretty tricky, Ricky back to his roots.
I think that's great for him.
Are you a little sad that it's not Kelly Oubre, Alex?
No, Andrew. I'm actually very excited for Ricky to go to a team that maybe he doesn't want to be on, but at least he's familiar with.
At least David Kahn is gone, you know?
Yeah, the devil you know. I'm
you guys want to bring our guy Benevolent King into the stream? I'm going to send him the link. He said he's got some questions for us.
All right,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, Benevolent King! I've never seen him in real life.
He's been to a lot of our live events. Great, great, Jesse.
He lives in Portland.
I don't know if shut up, Jay. I don't know if
saying Alex does.
I know that. I know. I don't know if Jesse's on Twitter right now or not, or on our stream. But if he's there, feel free to join in. Don't worry about anything. Just don't worry about doing your hair. Just throw on a hat and a hoodie.
Looking at myself, and I was like, I need to probably go do that.
Jay, you look so handsome.
Jay, you look great.
You do. Oh, he's here. Benevolent King is here. This is very exciting. Here we go. There he is. On the live stream.
Benevolent King, winner of one of the Down to Dunk Trade Awards.
This is true.
Winner of Win Alex's Trash.
Jesse, what's up, man?
Can you hear us, Jesse? Oh.
He's frozen. He's frozen in time.
I brought him here to freeze him.
blowing a shot.
Do you feel like I feel like the way the draft is kind of lining up that feels like it's a stretch to get Poku at 17.
Oh.
What do you mean by stretch? Like they're taking him too early?
I don't know. Did you all know that Fran Fraschilla doubts his ability to be an NBA player?
Okay, that's true, but honestly, my Serbian intel has been completely opposite.
No kidding.
Yeah, they're really high on Poku.
Yeah.
So I think it's a difference of Serbian intel, in my opinion.
Yeah. Jesse, you're unfrozen. Welcome to the pod, bro. Can you hear us? It's got AirPods. Look how fancy he is with his AirPods.
I know. It's what they do in Tulsa, man.
There was one of the draft dads had AirPods in.
Oh, really?
It was looking pretty cool.
The draft dads. I think you're muted. Let me see if I can mute you. Nope.
Second strike.
Second strike for Benelphin King.
Wow. Wow.
Benelphin King, you have to send the presents I sent you back to me.
That's true. That's
You get a
exactly
third strike.
What did you send him?
I sent him code names, pictures, the board game, and then I also sent him Batman Year One. I think.
Are you still a big board game guy?
Yeah, I've been playing Actually, hold on just a second. I'll show you.
Okay.
Let's try again, Jesse. Minnesota's acquiring Oklahoma City.
There it is.
For the 25th and 28th picks in the draft. That includes the 17th pick. So it can't just be the 17th pick. It's got to be probably James Johnson in the 17th pick is what I would gander.
Okay, Woj just announced it.
All
right. And anyways, the game, more importantly, is called Aeon's End. It's a board game. It's a co-op game where you're defending Gravehold from a monster, and you play it with your wife, and she'll love it.
Hey, that cover,
yeah,
goes along with your new metal obsession, right?
Oh yeah.
That's a metal cover, is it not?
Yeah, when me and the wife are playing this game, I just put on some death metal, Yeah.
Jesse, can you speak to us now?
Oh, he's unmuted.
I hope so.
Hey.
There he is. What's up, buddy?
Hey. Sorry, I blew my shot there.
You did.
That's an issue.
Yeah, you have some questions for us. I think I don't know if you said that in a tweet or in a DM, but you said you have some questions for us. So fire away.
Okay. Well, first off, let's see. How long would you wait to buy a house if Presti traded for you?
Just get in a hotel room.
You mean I wouldn't, if I am any of the guys that were just traded to OKC, I wouldn't even buy a plane ticket, let alone a house.
I think that's right. I think you start looking for houses once the season officially starts.
Yeah.
Call some local realtors.
I agree with that.
Just
Alex.
Isaiah Stewart at
Detroit is going to get Isaiah Stewart.
Hey, that's a great pick. I love that pick.
Great pick. That's your boy.
That
Savvy.
is my guy.
Savvy pick.
Wow.
Wait, so who is falling? RJ Hampton, I guess, is the name that's falling.
RJ Hampton's falling.
Tyrell Terry too, right?
Kind of. He was always kind of a fake riser.
Well.
Yeah, Jay.
Tyrese Maxey's still on the board.
Yeah. Poku.
Anything surprising you guys so far? Were you surprised that Patrick Williams went so high?
Yes. I was surprised. I don't love that. It makes me a little nervous.
It makes me feel like Billy this is what he wants.
This is Billy's shot here. I also was very surprised at Jalen Smith going 10, which is just kind of gross, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I mean, you're not a huge fan, right?
He's kind of a stiff. He's a big guy. He's a stiff.
So here's the different question. What is the difference between him and Frank Kaminsky?
Is this a joke?
Yeah.
Is this a setup?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. What is the difference between him and Frank Kaminsky?
I don't know. I mean, age.
Much better shot blocker.
He is. He's a natural shot blocker. You also have there's some good guys on the board. Tyrese Maxey. You've got Precious Achua.
Yeah.
RJ
Precious.
Hampton. Sadiq Bey.
Hey, Rubio update. John Krasinski just said sources at The Athletic say that Rubio quickly warmed to the idea of a return to Minnesota when the subject was raised to him. He wants to be a part of making the Wolves a playoff team. How sweet is that?
Oh, that's so sweet.
I love that.
Sweet
Guys,
guy.
is it going to be anybody but Poku?
Poku.
I would be shocked.
The Thunder are on the clock now, on the Woj clock. We're going to know. Actually,
Are they 17?
yeah. We may actually not know because I think Sam may just hang on to it just out of spite, per usual, where we'll have to wait for TV to catch up, and then we'll know. Remember
that still has Orlando on it. So it was last year nobody knew until they legitimately announced it.
Yeah. But I think we've known Poku for a while. He's there, and they had the chance, and I don't know. I don't know what to think. I tend to believe that's who they're going to take, but I feel nervous enough about it.
Who's 16? Is that the? Oh, that's the Pistons.
Yeah, it's the pick that the Rockets traded, mind you, to salary dump. I mean, what they did is that they salary dumped Robert Covington and got one pick. Is essentially what happened here.
Not according to Ben DeBose. This is a really good move, according to Ben DeBose. This is all setting up really well. They're going to get a pick in approximately 2028 when Detroit is finally not bad, and it will be 2 seconds, but he's still feeling pretty positive about it.
What a weird.
Hey, so let me ask real quick in the chat, who do you think it's going to be? Because we are going to find out. If it leaks, it's coming out at any point.
Type it in.
So who's it going to be? Type it into the thing. Jesse, what is your guess?
Poku. Hey, Andrew, you should tweet out this link to this. People are saying they're having a hard time finding it. So much happening on the Twitter.
Yeah, Andrew, get with it. Get with it, or I'm going to start setting up Aeons. And who wants to play with me?
John Hollinger saying that looks like the Thunder have jumped Dallas to get to Poku.
Suck it, Dallas.
Oh my gosh, it's happening. Pokuševski 17 to the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's happening.
All right.
Oh,
Andrew, do you know what this means?
Do you know what this means?
Do you know what this means? No, but seriously, what does this mean?
I had heard for a while that Poku was the guy, and he actually was the guy. This is the first time ever that I have known what the Thunder were going to do in the draft. This is unbelievable. So they got Alexei Pokuševski, 7-footer. He can dribble. He can shoot. He is so skinny.
Yeah,
he's been playing basically in a high school league for the last couple of years.
Children, it's the equivalent of me playing pool basketball with my sons during the summer. But man, I think that this is a swing for the fences. This is an absolute swing for the fences.
And why not? You have 17 first-round draft picks.
You have to. I think it's great. I think it's absolutely great. He could be Bruno, but he could be a really nice player. And I think the Thunder have to bring him over immediately. I mean, you have to bring him over immediately. You have to get him into the Thunder system. You have to get him with the coaching staff. You have
to beat him up.
Get him on the court. Get him on the court now.
Make him fight.
Jesse, is Amy in the comment section who said somebody said heard he can bench press the bar?
That's right.
Which is fantastic.
That is a quality comment.
Hey, you know who else couldn't do that? Kevin Durant.
That's why that's the joke, Alex.
Well, I caught on late. And
same. I'm the one that brought it up, and I just thought it was genuinely funny.
No.
That somebody couldn't bench the bar.
Penelope King's wife being ahead of all of you guys in the chat. Penelope King, give us your perspective on Poku. Nope.
Both the L-Man and Penelope King are frozen.
Oh my goodness! Oklahoma City is targeting Serbian forward Alexei Pokuševski at 7.
Is that my fault that everyone went bad?
Nope, you went bad by yourself. Unbelievable. So they've traded the 25th pick and the 20th pick. So yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, can you guys hear me? What just happened?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Shut up.
Oh, sorry.
No, please stop talking.
We can hear you. We would like to stop hearing you. Yeah, I mean that's unbelievable. I still hold the 34th pick in the draft, which who knows if that could be traded as well. But I do believe that they needed to jump Dallas because Dallas had also targeted Alexei Pokuševski as well. So Poku to the Thunder. I think it's a great pick in this sense that it is just they're swinging as hard as they can in this draft. I think he'll play a lot next year for the Thunder with Baisley and with Dort. And they're gonna. It's funny because they may have more shooting from like their center and because I mean Pokuševski can probably only be a center at this point. But man, I'm excited. Jay, feelings, thoughts?
Sorry, I just jumped on because Woe just talking about something. Here's the deal: is if you haven't watched Pokuševski play, you should at least look at some highlights because what you're not going to be able to get from him is a real idea because of the competition. Because I mean, it really is like they've said it for a while, but they've McKelly and Andrew had mentioned that he is legitimately playing in like what looks like AAU high school arenas. But here's the thing I do really like about Pokuševski, and it's the same thing when I watched Steve play. When I watched him for Pittsburgh, is the athleticism is absolutely there. It's when I think of like big Euro guys, you think of more lanky in the sense of also awkward, kind of Sean Bradley, because even Porzingis isn't he doesn't have the fluidity of motion, and it's the first thing I noticed about Pokuševski. Like I was literally taken aback watching his movement on the floor for a 7-footer, and he doesn't look. For me, I didn't think he looked overwhelmingly skinny. I know that he is, but looking on the court, he doesn't look like he is, as like dangerously skinny. And so I think that why not? Why not go for this? It's not a name that I get fired up about. The Clippers just traded Landry Shamet to the Nets for the number 19th pick. The number 19th pick. So anyway, I'm why not? Number one is at 17. None of these guys are a guarantee. So why not go with a guy that has an incredible potential above everybody else?
His table and draft party look hilarious. I'm watching it right now.
Yep. It's I mean, this move, the Thunder, if they can get Baisley and Poku to pan out, really even just one of them, but they're shaping up to be one of the most versatile teams in the NBA because they can both dribble, which is huge from the big position. I mean, they both project as bigs. And so if they can both dribble and both pass, which is something that they both possess, I mean, they can be one of the more versatile teams in the league. I think they're going to be really fun to watch. I think they could be super, super, super terrible next year. But I do think that they can be fun to watch. Enough King, can you hear me?
Hey, so just continuing this is Sham. Sham says the Clippers
we're trying.
The Clippers are then sending the number 19 pick from Brooklyn to the Pistons and getting Luke Kennard. So the Nets get Shamet, Clippers get Kennard, and the Pistons get the 19th pick.
Oh, I like that for the Clippers. What do you think of that, Alex? What do you think of that value for Kennard?
I don't think it really matters. The Pistons are bottoming out, and yes, Kennard is young, but it's like, who cares? The Pistons are at rock bottom right now, so I don't think Luke Kennard was going to be on the next good Pistons team anyway. So you trade him, save a little money, whatever. Who cares? It's the Pistons.
I wonder who they get at 19.
There was literally a moment on the ESPN broadcast where like Jay Williams is trying to like, well, yeah, Presti's got 17 picks and Gallinari's going to be a free agent this year. And so, like, and then they stopped and nobody had anything else to say.
Beautiful.
Oh, goodness. Here's the deal Eastern European people are they're like Luke, you mentioned it.
Jay's getting on his soapbox.
No. But like, if you looked at the video, the live video of his family's table, it was like, if you just didn't know anything else about it, you would say Eastern European.
Oh yeah.
What's the deal with Eastern European people?
Yeah, it's man, what a night.
It's kind of a bummer that we're not going to get summer league. Like this poor guy who is in Athens currently.
He's going to get on a plane, fly here, and then
the season starts in like 30 days, and he's going to be going from the second division right in Greece to the NBA in about 30 days. And knowing where the roster is going, we could have a Horford Poku front line.
Yeah. Well, I mean, training camp's in 13 days. So we don't get summer league, but we just get league,
Man, that's rough for him. He's a project. The way that Fran Fraschilla talked about him was kind of like the 2 years away from being 2 years away, because he said he'll be helping a team in 4 years.
Yeah.
I get that, but you know what? People said the same thing about Serge Ibaka. And remember when we saw him in Summer League, and it was like instant, like, hey, this guy's way further along than we thought. Same thing with Darius Baisley. First time we saw him, we were like, whoa, this guy is way further along than we thought. So I'm hoping the same thing happens with Pokuševski, where he gets out there. Again, wish it was Summer League because that's really tough. But maybe he gets out there and we're like, hey, this guy can already do some stuff, even if it's just, taking a corner three on offense and defending the rim. Like, even that, if that's all they ask him to do in this first year.
Yeah. I agree. I think there's
a chance that he's already 27 like Serge was.
No.
If he's 27 and looks like he does, then
Poku's the youngest player ever drafted.
Is that a real thing?
No, in this draft.
In this draft, he is. Yeah. Not
ever. He's the youngest draft eligible player in the 2020 draft.
Andrew, so far, like, what's the pick that you're the most excited about what that looks like for a team?
I'm really excited about this guy named Alexei Pokuševski. He's going to the Thunder.
He's number 17.
In your face, Jay.
I know that Hawks have 3 centers now, if you call John Collins a center, but having Onyeka and Trey together, I think, is freaking awesome.
Yeah, I love the fit. They need to trade Capella immediately. Like, get him out of here.
You think Houston would want him?
2 first rounders to get him back. Him is the Clippers.
Yeah, is this his last year?
No, I don't think so.
Oh man, Sean Cargill just said, I can't wait to hear Poku on the down to dunk opening. I agree, because Andrew, you took up so many guys last year. I genuinely was worried, like, there's no one else to get. Like, at next media day, who are you going to get? But you knew that there's going to be you're going to get Kelly Oubre, who's going to be with the team forever. Jersey retired. You're going to get Poku. There's going to be so many new guys. This is going to be great.
Yeah.
He is also the perfect rookie for this season, because give him minutes and let them be very, very bad.
Exactly.
And that's okay.
Yes.
So it's 72 game season, over under 20 wins for the Thunder.
Over.
Yeah,
over under 30.
Under. It's hard to win less than 20 games.
In a 72 game season?
I mean, I guess that's true. A 72 game season.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to lose a lot of games, and by design. I mean, the Thunder aren't done because I do think that
Don't do it. Do not do it. Do not say it. I don't want to be a part of you and Alex's fight about Kelly Oubre.
I was just going to say it makes a lot of sense to move on from Horford. I think it makes sense to move on from Steven. And I think that it makes sense to move on from Oubre. And I think they could all net you something. And I wouldn't be shocked to see that happen at this point. I'll say this. I will be very shocked if Horford and Adams are both in Thunder uniforms on opening day. I would be very surprised.
Hey, so give me a timeline. What's the timeline of the next? So free agents is it Friday that free agency really starts? Is that what's going on?
Yes.
So in trade season can happen all the way until the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Which is, who knows, in March, April, May, March?
I think it'll be in March from what I remember.
So I'm just trying to think of like moving those guys, like for a timeline for a Thunder fan that's watching, like could happen at any point in the next 4 months.
It could. I would assume they'd like to do it sooner rather than later, with at least one or two of them. I think you can hang on to one of them and still be as bad as you want to be. But I would guess that they would. I mean, talks are ongoing with lots of people, so I would guess that something will get done at some point with one of those.
I'm taking another look at this image from Poku. You see it on the screen?
Yeah.
You know, if you're worried that he might fit in, check out this clock up here. It's a live, laugh, love clock, which I feel like is very Oklahoma.
It's so OKC.
So he's going to fit in perfect. Live, laugh, love.
I think you're right. I think you got
If that picture was in black and white, you would think that somebody posted that from their grandfather's like scrapbook.
Oh man. Oh,
so the Pistons have drafted Killian Hayes, Isaiah Stewart, and then they just got Sadiq Bey.
Yeah, I mean, essentially the trade is Luke Kennard for Sadiq Bey. Sure, sure. Dylan Ray, live, laugh, Poku. Yeah,
but that's so.
That's a shirt. I
don't know how the Pistons.
Shirt.
I don't know how the Pistons do it, man. But it feels like they're preparing. Like they got really young. 3 draft picks in tonight's draft.
Yeah, I mean that's the plan.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, so what? Like Blake is this weird. Like what? Like any chance anybody can move him?
I mean, he's their Al Horford.
They're hopeful to have a Chris Paul year with him,
so that they can recapture some of his value and then get rid of him in the offseason.
Yes, they are. He's only eating plants, and
what?
Great. Apparently, he's healthy. I had a conversation with a Pistons person the other day.
Okay, man.
Apparently,
got it, buddy. All right.
And his name was Blake Griffin.
His name was Blake.
Me and Troy Weaver were having this conversation, and yeah, that's what I've heard too. It's just I don't know how I have to. It's probably the same way that you would say about Chris Paul. Like I'll have to see it to believe it.
Sure, I'm 100% with you. I'm just saying that's what they hope for.
Yeah, for sure. And how many years left does he have on that contract? 2, 3?
I don't know. I think it's 2, which is a lot.
Where's Taylor?
I don't know where Tayshaun is. He's got the
also
invite.
McKelly. It's like 3 a.m. in Italy.
He's throwing clay, bro.
He's throwing clay.
He's slapping.
What do you think about the Wizards getting Denny, man?
I like that a lot for them. I think that's a really nice piece to go along with Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook.
You slid that one in there.
I think Denny's cool. He looks cool.
He's cool. Did you see his background?
Yeah, no
he's
joke,
like a
man.
wine bar.
He's in like this, this room made of oak with wine all around him.
Gotta hand it to him. Classy move.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, Rodney Magruder is leaving the Clippers for the Pistons as a part of the 3-team deal, the Nets say. Sources say to the Nets or to ESPN. I don't know. I read that very poorly. Back to Poku. L-Man, thoughts?
Yeah. Poku. His names remind me of Pokemon. That's about all I got.
All right. Thank you. What I kind of skimmed KOC's tweet about Pokuševski. What was it? It was hilarious. Hold on, let me pull it up.
I think he said he was pumped and jacked.
Yeah, he did.
Pumped and
He
jacked.
did. I got to get to it because it just made me laugh. Poku! Alexei Pokuševski is a home run swing for OKC. They can afford to take a risk. I'm pumped and jacked to see him on the court with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This is going to be quite a funky team.
That's fun.
Oh, so good. So good. Okay, I got to go get a something to drink. I'm going to make some tea. I'll be right back.
It's L-Man and Beans.
Hey, plug in one of those axes and let's see you shred.
Really, Poku and Beans. It's L-Man and Beans. What's up?
All right, send your questions in for L-Man and Beans. We're willing to answer any question that you ask. What do you want to know? Best place to stealth camp? Cemetery. Next question.
Stealth
L-Man and
camp?
Beans.
I don't know what that is.
Stealth camping is when you camp somewhere where you're not supposed to camp.
Ooh.
And there's a guy on YouTube where he goes to play.
Huh.
Best games on New Gen right now. Okay, well, Luke can't answer because he doesn't have a PS5. But he's like, oh, I'll wait until there's a game I want. So I will tell you. Astro's Playroom is the best pack-in game since one of the Mario games on one of the former consoles. It is a great game. I've never platinumed a game in my life. Astro's Playroom was amazing, and I loved it. I'm also playing Demon Souls, and I'm also playing Bug Snacks. What is Bug Snacks? It's a game about bugs that look like foods. So there's a caterpillar that looks like a hot dog, and you catch it like a Pokemon, and then you feed it to someone, and one of their limbs becomes food. So in this scenario, you feed them the hot dog, their leg becomes a hot dog. Bug Snacks. It's a great game. I just started it. I'll give you my update on Fleets.
Come on, man. This I can't buy a PlayStation 5. I don't want to buy a $600
I am
machine
coming back very confused.
to play Fortnite on. That's my
Why
worry.
not? Why not?
Because
Do you
playing
not
on
care
my
about
Switch.
ray tracing? Do you not care about ray tracing?
I don't even know what that is.
Do you not care about variable refresh rate?
I'm just telling. It looked good. I saw the Fortnite on it. It did look good, and I play it on the Switch, and it looks bad on the Switch.
Oh, is it fun playing in less than 120 hertz?
I know. I'm embarrassed. Even embarrassed to admit it. I'll say it.
Okay. Do you guys care if Steven Adams retire as Thunder players? This is from Ain't Go Front. Do you care if Steven Adams retires as Thunder player?
I don't ultimately care. I would like him to have a long, fulfilling career and be happy with his choices. I don't want him to send him to somewhere where it's like Steven Adams. He sucks and he's on a terrible team.
The good thing about Steve is he has one more year. So if he rides it out here, he can go wherever he wants to next offseason or wherever somebody would want him. But if he gets traded and it's somewhere he gets traded to I don't know what team's a dumpster fire, the Rockets, then he's only got 1 year there, right?
Oh, wow.
So he can really dictate what's next for his career. For me, the bigger thing for Steve, I love Steve, the person. I want him to go somewhere where he can be successful.
Yeah.
That's all I care about, man, and have a good shot to win. And who knows? I don't know what that looks like. And I think the bigger question for me with Steve is he's made, $100 million on this last contract. I think he's making 27 or 28 million this year. Is there going to be a larger drop from contract to contract than Steven Adams? He's going to go from 27 to what, 5 next year?
Well, I'd have to imagine when you factor in the personality, that has to bump him up a couple million. Because he is a great locker room guy.
Who's that?
Steven Adams. We're talking about whether we want Steven Adams to retire as a Thunder player.
Oh, may not have that option, guys.
Would if he did though? Would he be the first player to spend his entire career with the Thunder?
Nick Collison.
No, he played with the Sonics. He doesn't count.
Same franchise.
Wrong.
It's not Andrew.
Wrong.
Oh, you love this 1979 championship?
Can't wait to win the second title in our franchise history.
No.
Who's your favorite coach in Thunder history? Lenny Wilkens?
Yes.
Rick Carlisle?
Favorite Thunder player ever?
Sean Kemp?
Downtown Freddie Brown? Favorite.
Detlef Schrempf?
Andrew, what you drinking right there?
This is a
Sparkling
American
water?
clear lime flavored sparkling water with other natural flavors.
James Feisel said that Mitch McGarry was all Thunder. That's true. He was actually the first player to only play.
That's a good call.
True.
What if RJ drops to 34?
Well, then why not? Who cares?
I mean,
and also thankful that he's not in the green room.
He would be left in the green room for sure.
You have Desmond Bain, Tyrese Maxey going to the Sixers. I like that.
Yeah, except he doesn't shoot. That's the only thing I don't like.
Oh, it fits. That's how many point guards they're trying to get that don't shoot.
I know.
I do love that Danny Green pickup for them. Like, if Danny Green can be much of anything, it's a good pickup for them.
Yeah, and it just makes them a little bit more versatile. And they're trying to unclog everything, right? Like, this is just like a big old clogged toilet in Philly right now.
Just taking a few plunges at it every once in a while.
Thing. Let's see.
Guys, look in the comments on how Philip MK spelled Detlef Schrempf. He spelled it Detlef Shrimp. I love that. I love that.
Dylan Ray Maxey will pair well with Harden. Oh man, I think that there's a legitimate chance that Philly offers the best package, but they won't do a deal with Philly because of Daryl. I think that's a legitimate thing, which is hilarious.
Yeah, I think that's really funny. We need to get Dusty on a Poku mural in Paseo or somewhere.
For real.
We need a Poku mural immediately.
Yep.
Man, Kevin O'Connor is jacked about Precious Achua going to
I love that too, man.
The Heat.
It's very I mean, everybody he's like one of the other guys that they compare to Bam in the draft. He's just like a pretty raw athlete that can do a lot. Like really, really nice defender.
How soon?
His reason.
How soon until that Memphis program gets busted for paying players to come and play there?
Probably pretty quick.
Like Memphis went from it was like John Calipari, and then they were in the tank, and then they like Penny Hardaway 1 year. Now all of a sudden they got two guys that win the top 20 or 25, I guess.
You're in trouble, right? For James Wiseman.
Were they? I thought that was more just Wiseman, but I can't remember. Yeah, that's what Ryan Wood said. So maybe y'all are right.
Probably coming down the pipe. Penny wants to know what's going on with RJ. I don't know what's going on with RJ Hampton. I really have no idea. I don't know if it's a medical thing or if it's just that people are like, yeah, he doesn't shoot, and I don't like that.
Yeah, but he had some videos, man.
He did have a video. It's true.
Alex, do you have a mustache right now?
Yeah.
Show me that, baby.
No.
Please. Get that baby over here. I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see that thing.
I'm about to shave it.
Come on.
Get out of here.
Easy mine.
Early favorite for Rookie of the Year. I like Cole Anthony.
Who said that? Greg Anthony?
That was I ain't going front. Oh, favorite for Rookie of the Year. So typically,
Obi Toppin, without question. Obi Toppin.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best answer because
he's already 30.
Well, also they need to move some of these forwards because like they still have Julius Randle, they still have Taj Gibson.
Don't they still have like qualifying offers on Bobby Portis?
Yeah, exactly. So that is the only thing that's holding back Obi Toppin. Otherwise, I think he's a shoo-in for Rookie of the Year because he's the most ready to produce out of this whole class. Now, the other guy I would consider would be LaMelo Ball, just because the Charlotte Hornets, yeah, they had like a nice season last year, but I don't know if any of the players on that team you have to give a ton of minutes to. So I personally would play LaMelo like 35 minutes a night.
Right. At least they try to draw fans. I think that I don't know what they're going to do because Devontae Graham, this is his contract year. And how much do they think that this guy is somebody that they want to, especially since, and I don't know enough of his what he brings because you're going to be shocked. I don't watch a ton of the Hornets basketball, but I don't know how redundant having LaMelo. I know they're different, obviously, because LaMelo is very unique, 6'7", pass first, incredible with the ball. Like there's a lot of things he brings, and so maybe they will work really well together. But having two guys like that and then Rozier as well, like it feels like that's a little bit crowded. So I would, if I was the Hornets, I'd be trying to move Rozier for literally anything.
Or Devontae Graham, if you don't want to pay
You think
him.
so? Yeah, and that's what I just don't know. I don't know. Who would you pick out of the two of those? I don't know enough about either one of them, really.
I mean, honestly, I pick neither, and I just go with Melo.
Right.
I mean,
just
if you
trade
could trade
Rozier and
either
then
of those
let
guys
him walk.
for any type of value, yeah.
Who are you talking about?
No, we're talking about the Hornets.
We were talking about who is most likely to win Rookie of the Year. We were debating between Obi Toppin, who is very ready for the league, but is also on a team that has a lot of forwards and also with a coach who doesn't necessarily like playing rookies. And then LaMelo Ball.
Defense he won't play as well, which is sucky.
Did you see his interview, man? It was so good.
Yeah, he was great. It was great. I think LaMelo has a legit shot at it.
Can he score is the question for me.
Yeah. He's like about 30 a game over in Australia. Like he can score. Or people like dog on his shooting, but like the dude can get to whatever spot he wants. And who else is going to score on that team?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
there were some cute stories last year, right, for the Hornets, but none of those guys have a legit shot at being like really good NBA players, and LaMelo does, and so they're just going to say, "Hey, do whatever you want." I mean, there's nothing else they can do really, and he's a great passer too. So maybe LaMelo is one of the favorites. Let's see. So people are asking, do we overpay for Poku? 25th pick, 28th pick, and Ricky Rubio for 17. We don't know what the rest of the package is yet. I would assume it's probably just James Johnson. So, I mean, it just all depends. It could be an overpay. Because, I mean, you're paying 2 picks to trade up to 17. But if that's what the price is, then you just pay it and you swing, and maybe he's good, maybe he's not. But I think it's a worthwhile swing.
And I think you have to factor in that Oklahoma City, as part of this deal, got off that extra year of Ricky Rubio.
Exactly. It's a great
which
point.
Which is really important because they're going to have so much space next year. I mean,
Yeah.
Rubio was like really who else is signed beyond this year that makes more than $10 million a year? Is there anyone? I don't think there is.
No.
So I think when we'll go on Hoop Type tomorrow, they're like cap for next year. Right now, we'll say like $25 million or something.
Maybe, yeah. That's for real. Might be less.
Might be less.
I mean, seriously. It seriously might be less than that.
Hey, did you guys see that they sent everyone that was in the draft like a full box full of every single hat?
Yeah, they said the box weighed over 100 pounds.
That would be such a cool Christmas present. That would be awesome.
Kai just asked this question. He was okay for Oklahoma City swinging for Poku, but if we had additional picks, but we need to start bringing in real shooters. I'll tell you this is Andrew and Michele feel like Poku's shooting is very real.
Yeah, he can shoot. Yeah, I wouldn't be concerned with that. I mean, and shooting from the big position is even harder to find, you know. And so he's very skilled. His touch, he's got really, really great touch. He's got a long way to go. There's no doubt about that. He's not even 20 yet. But this is a team that, and I think we have to start to grasp this a little bit. Like, this rebuild is going to take some time. And to take a player that's going to take some time to develop is okay. Because there's nothing, like you say, like, well, we just need to get shooting. I mean, not really. Because this team isn't ready to go. You want to add role players whenever you kind of know what your team is and who to add in around it. Right now, this is a swing for the fences to see, hey, can we get a star in the draft that we're in today? Can we do that? Because they could have taken a role player. They could have taken somebody in that range that would just be a nice role player that could shoot it, that could defend. Great. Alexei Pokuševski has a higher ceiling than probably anybody close to his range. And so you just go for it. You just have to go for it. And that's what the Thunder do. That's what they did with Darius Baisley. And I think that so far the indications are good. But I would say that this is just another one of those swings where it's like, okay, mystery man in the draft, same as last year with Baisley, mystery man in the draft, and it paid off. And so can they do it 2 drafts in a row?
I did forget about Al Horford. Based on my calculations, of all the players they currently have signed for the 21-22 season, Al Horford will make more than everyone else combined.
I forgot about Horford too. Yeah, that's right. Shoot,
the Nuggets took Zeke, or is it Zeke? Zeke?
Oh, Zeke Naji. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Phone call.
This is the Detroit Pistons calling Andrew.
Who do you think calls Andrew? Do you think it's people from The Athletic?
That's my assumption.
I bet
Hey, we need you to jump on and produce this.
It's his. I'm assuming it's his Serbian intel to give him some hot Poku drops.
I would love just one connection. I mean, I guess it's Andrew. I guess Andrew's my connect.
Yeah, except for he doesn't give us anything.
That's true. For people who are watching,
He just gives us the freaking farmer emoji.
Andrew will sometimes know stuff because he works with The Athletic, and he won't tell us in the chat or in our group text. And so we'll try to get him to like send us emojis to like give us hints, but he'll never tell us. And it's very frustrating.
Yeah. And he loves the farmer man emoji.
Yeah, he claimed that he knew who the coach was going to be, and I was like, well, send us an emoji of who it is. And he sent the farmer emoji, which I swear looks just like Mike D'Antoni. And so I was convinced for an entire day that Mike D'Antoni was going to be the next Oklahoma City Thunder coach because of this stupid emoji.
What are the Kings and the Bucks like? What are the Bucks going to do?
I don't know, but it's embarrassing. And it's very bad because everything you had heard was that Giannis and Bogdanovic were friends. And so there was no reason to think that anything was up. Like, it made sense. Like, yeah, maybe he took a little less with the Bucks, but he's getting to play with Giannis and he's getting to play on a really good team. And then within a couple days, everything blows up. And it doesn't make sense because something happened. And I suspect that what happened is that some team out there learned about the sign-in trade, which really can't go through when it was announced. And they basically sent him a message, was like, hey, we would pay you way more than that. And then Bogdanovic was like, well, why did I even agree to this? Or maybe he didn't even agree to it. Because he's going to make more money than whatever the Bucks were offering him. And based on, I think it was the Hoop Collective today when Windhorst was talking with Zach Lowe, he said that he was expecting Bogdanovic's contract to be in like the $14 or $15 million range, which seemed low. And so it's totally believable that some other team is going to pay him more than that.
Yeah, the hard part, what teams have the cap space?
Well, apparently the Atlanta Hawks, who are going to sign Danilo Gallinari. Shout out to all the people on Twitter who told me that, oh, Gallo just wants to win. He's going to take the mid-level exception.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously not. He's going to get a ton of money from the Atlanta Hawks, a team who has not been to the playoffs in a cool minute.
Hey,
So maybe
Vanessa
that.
King, ask us a question.
Come on, Jesse, what you got for us?
Well, I guess from a listener, hearing what you guys are talking about with the chat and the emojis, does every Kenneth from 30 Rock GIF or GIF that he puts on Twitter or any Urkel or anything like that, is like a secret message to you all that he knows what's going on?
No.
Do you know how to like translate that into, oh, the Thunder, they're making moves?
No, he
In fact-
literally says, guys, something big is about to happen. And then he just is like, for 3 days, just sends us emojis. I think it's pretty much just trolling with us. Or we're like, Andrew, do you know who the coach for the Thunder is going to be? And he just starts sending us these, like, it was a farmer, and then it was a baker, and then it was and it had literally nothing to do with Mark Daignault.
He has no respect for us.
None whatsoever.
Any eggplants?
Taylor is sending so many eggplants.
No, that was Alex, wasn't it?
That was me.
Well, there's a lot of those flying around.
It gets confusing.
But like as an example, one time he told us, "Hey, something big's about to happen," and within literally 2 minutes, Dave DeFore tweeted out the eyes going to the side. You know, which that's
like
an
calculated athletic
international symbol of something's about to happen, and nothing happened.
Yeah,
nothing happened. So I think he just messes with us, which is depressing because, you know, we just want to know stuff 5 seconds before the people on Twitter do. That's all we want.
So we can feel cool. We won't even say anything about it.
Yeah, we won't say anything. Relax. But I'm very interested to see what happens with the Rockets, both with Harden and also with Westbrook, because the Wizards thing, I do think makes the most sense. As nasty as it is, I think it is the only way that they're going to get any type of value back. And so I would not be surprised that we hear a Russell Westbrook announcement in like the next couple of days going to the Wizards.
You think that's real?
I do think that's real. And we know, well, we don't know, but it seems like the Charlotte Hornets are out based on the fact they took LaMelo.
Right.
And so, yeah, I think the Wizards thing is totally real. And I think it will happen. And it's so funny to me to watch Rockets Twitter over like these last 72 hours, like slowly break down in terms of what they think is the team is going to look like next year. Because I think for a lot of people, we think James Harden is getting traded. Regardless of what Houston's throwing out there, we think James Harden getting traded. And so first they trade Rocco for Trevor Ariza, who is so much significantly worse than Robert Covington, and yet all of Rockets Twitter was like, oh, that's a really good stopgap. He's friends with James Harden. It's happening again with like the trade that they just made with Trevor Ariza now. It's like, oh, they just opened their mid-level exception. I'm sure Tillman Fertitta is going to use that. It's like you're not going to get, hey, Taylor.
Deshaun.
What's up, boys?
I can now.
Can y'all hear me okay?
Deshaun Factor, figure.
So, guys, I'm late to the party, but I'm catching up on the draft. The first pick is in, and it looks like he's up there right now. Anthony Edwards. What do you guys think about that? Andrew? Andrew?
Hey, the Knicks just got Leandro Bolmero. A lot of people thought they needed a guard.
But they just traded him to Minnesota.
Oh, they did.
All right, take that back.
Yeah, so they traded it for the 25th pick that came from Oklahoma City.
Wow.
Hey, the comment section figured out Andrew's emoji. They said the farmer equals farm team equals OKC Blue.
Ooh, dang.
So he was right. He was trying to tell us.
Andrew,
Very cool.
all right, sorry. That.
So Leandro
well,
Barbosa somehow back in the league. Somehow is able to get back in the draft.
Leandro Barbosa.
Unbelievable.
Draft.
I didn't know you could re-enlist.
Apparently you can.
The Pelicans getting RJ Hampton.
Oh, and trading him to Denver.
Taylor,
Hello.
hit us with a dad joke.
Believe it or not, I don't just have these off the top of the dome.
Oh.
But, I got one for you. Keep going on draft stuff. I actually can't remember this joke.
Jesse, what else, man? What else going on? How's Tulsa?
It's good. It's good. I'm trying to represent the T-Town folks
The
over here.
918.
We got the 918. I know we got Bangelo watching, so shout out to her.
Jesse, what's up, man?
What's up, Taylor?
T-Town boy.
I got a video for you guys of Poku. This
Okay.
Is it Ash? Ash Ketchum?
is just released.
Oh, yeah,
He looks like a mix of Skeets and Nathan Fielder.
He does.
he does look
good.
like lanky Skeets.
It looks like we've signed the Slender Man.
Oh yeah, can we have Luke pronounce names in this draft? Yes. Okay, hold on. Great suggestion, but Elephant King.
Give me a list, and I'll pronounce
Can
them.
you see if I pull it up here? Can you see it?
I don't know. Maybe. Alex was able to do it.
You can. Could you see? You can see the Slender Man.
Yeah, I saw Slender Man.
Okay.
Lanky Skeets. I like that. Tim Rager. Rager.
Okay. Now, man, we're gonna give you some names.
Okay. I'm on me. I'm ready.
Oldtankathon.com. Let's see.
Those are pretty far away. I can't read them as they are. Right. Okay, I can. Okay, you ready?
There we go.
You want to point to one and I'll do it?
All right, I want you to read this one.
Dini Advija.
Not bad.
No, Dini Adija.
Yeah,
Okay,
Luke,
work. Good.
please remember how this game works, Luke.
This one?
Onyeka Onkongwu.
Yeah.
Luke.
This one?
Sadiq Bey. I have been watching the draft, so I mean, I've heard
No,
some
it's
of
Sad
these
Dick
before.
Bay.
Sad
Moving on.
Dick Bay.
Yeah.
This one?
Precious Achiwa.
This one?
Alexev Pokashevsky.
Okay, wow, good. If you got that wrong, I was gonna be a little sad.
Josh Green.
Good one. This one?
Zeke Nanji.
Not
Zeke
bad.
Naji.
These names are too
Oh
common.
my gosh, Klay Thompson has suffered a significant
Achilles injury.
injury.
On the
What was he doing?
it's on the other leg.
Yeah, that's bad,
Correct.
man.
That's very bad. I think these are that hard to read. I think
Man, that's so awful. That's like franchise changing.
It really is.
Yeah, that's gonna suck.
I mean, Steph is great, and I still think that team can be good, even with Wiggins. Honestly, they need Wiggins more than ever now.
Wow.
They need what they need
He's
is
Al
they
Horford.
need to give us that Minnesota pick, and we will give them freaking Kelly Oubre
Hell
And-
yeah.
And Al Horford.
and Al Horford. Who else do they want? Steve? Teach Wiseman the ways?
Steve?
The ways of the Funaki.
Okay. Oh, never mind.
The Thunder just sent Emmanuel quickly to the Knicks for that 25th pick.
Quickly down.
Dude, there's
under.
some guys that I know that are going to be left on the board.
Like personally,
Yeah, like my good friend Jaden McDaniel's still on the board.
It's a good
John
dude, man.
Millsap.
That's a
Oh,
good
John
dude.
Millsap going to the second round. Can't believe.
That's funny.
it- so
to
here's the
three
que-
people.
Is it Theo or Teo?
No,
Theo
no.
Maledon. Maledon.
No, I've heard it. I've heard it many times. He hasn't gone yet, has he?
No, he's still out there. Malachi
They
Flynn.
get Poku and Maledon. I will be even more pumped and jacked than our guy KOC.
What about Desmond Bain?
PJ?
I'll be P and J.
We should do a P and Jade segment now to bring the positive.
pumped and jacked.
What are you pumped and jacked about this week?
I can't wait to do a P and J.
Please,
Drop.
let's do P and Jade. And Luke, you can do a new drop.
Oh, dude, I'm Pete and Jade.
Look, we need you
Pumped
to,
and jacked.
we need you to do a new we need you to do a new drop. Oh
Just
man.
pumped, and jacked.
We'll workshop that one.
I have one. I'm gonna have a new drop for Friday that I'm working on.
Is it
For
for
what?
what?
Unpopular among the group, but I actually thought your Creed drop was solid. It needed some work, it needed some backing music, and it needed to be shorter. But I thought the idea was solid.
The length is a huge part of it.
Okay.
There was
Here,
something there.
You need
Here's
to
my-
change.
here's my main beef with it is that I don't want that song stuck in my head for days on end. And I don't want to do that to the listener either, because I don't want to be a part of something that is pushing that Creed song further into 2020. I just don't want that.
Also, you need to get your guitar dingle dangles in place. You had a couple that were out of place. One specifically was a line late. So please re-listen to the song if you're going to do it again, and make sure your dingle dangles are in the proper position.
I'll
Sure.
make sure my dingle dangles are better. I was really more focused on the key change. That's what I really wanted to get in. That's why I have to do it twice.
Yeah.
Oh, Flip 2113. McDaniel's going to be there at 34. He could be. You get to swing for the fences twice in this draft. That would be great.
I mean, honestly, the guy that the Knicks just took that we selected for them, I haven't seen that name before in my life. Emmanuel Quickly.
He's mostly seen as a second round prospect.
So the more of those guys that show up at the end of this first round,
I know.
Has RJ Hampton still not been taken?
Yeah,
He just was taken and traded to the Nuggets.
Oh, okay.
So let's go through who's best available and tell me who you like the most here, Andrew.
okay.
Jaden McDaniels,
I don't like him.
Theo Maledon,
Totally in. 100% in on him.
Nico Mannion,
Out.
Robert Woodard II,
In.
Taylor Dickerson.
Tyler Bay,
Out.
Out on Tyler Bay.
Cassius Winston,
Out.
Trey Jones,
Mostly out, but he'll be good.
Malachi Flynn. Will he be much different than his brother, Trey Jones?
No,
Yeah, I didn't think so.
very similar.
Same guy.
I hear
Identical
Malachi
twins.
Flynn a ton. Why do I hear about Malachi Flynn?
100%
Cool
in.
name.
The dude is a baller. He can defend. He's small, but he can defend. He can shoot. He can handle. He's a point guard.
You would take him, obviously, before Desmond Bain then. You like Desmond Bain?
I like Bane. He's just I mean, both those guys are old. I would take Fellaini over Bane, but Bane is good.
Some of those guys are going to be there. I'm assuming if you're like me, like Udoka as a bouquet or as a bouquet.
Who can't pronounce now?
That guy is like, I wouldn't draft him in any NBA draft.
Hey,
Yeah.
Can I point something out to Benelpha King? The lighting that you have and the angle, it looks like you're in a David Fincher movie.
That's a compliment.
That's a huge compliment. I wish I had that lighting.
Who's David Fincher?
David Fincher?
Something bad is about to happen. Yeah.
Social Network.
Just hold on.
Zodiac.
He directed Hubie Halloween.
It's very mysterious.
Yeah, very great mood. What's the mood like in your house right now, Benelpha King? Whoa!
Tense.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, it's pretty chilled.
What's in that?
Drinks just appearing from nowhere.
Man.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Does anyone else have drinks? Can we do a can check?
I don't have anything. I have a
Taylor,
water bottle.
what you sipping on? Taylor?
This is Trader Joe's lemonade and some rye whiskey.
There you go.
It's kind of a poor man's whiskey sour.
Dude,
Alex?
This is a Megalodon legendary IPA. 10%.
10%. Peyton Pritchard at 26. Wow.
Dude, there's going to be some players, man.
Has Tyrell Terry not been taken?
I don't know.
No, not yet.
I've kind of unplugged a little bit from that.
Check out what I got.
Bud Light.
You wish. A little blow my ownish.
Luke's been on a craft beer kick lately, so he's drinking Blue Moon.
Yeah. Exactly.
It actually tastes really good with an orange.
Have you had it at the proper temperature?
Man, ice cold, baby.
Wow.
Ice cold.
It's cold enough that if the mountains are blue. Wait,
It is made by the same company.
man, that's some great technology we need to get our hands on.
The Blue Mountains.
Yeah, like color changing labels.
It's a deal with the devil.
This is hilarious. I guess Coach Calipari was on the broadcast, and they asked him what he thought about Emmanuel Quickly going to OKC. Quickly played for Kentucky as their shooting guard. And Cal said he's going to the Knicks. You got to know he's going to the Knicks on the broadcast, which I love because we all play these stupid games where it's like, hey, are you excited to go to a team that we know you're not going to, but you're wearing the hat and the trade's not final and we can't talk about it? That's one thing about the NBA is that tonight Sam Presti will hold a press conference. He can't talk about Pokuševski at the press conference because the Schroeder trade's not even finalized. So he can't talk about that trade. Really, the only thing Sam will be able to talk about tonight is the Chris Paul deal because it is done, but nothing else is finalized. Especially the deal with Minnesota is not finalized, and so it's just kind of
A complete waste of everyone's time, is what you're saying.
It is. And
What do you think about Okoro at Cleveland? I kind of like what Cleveland's doing.
I love it. I think Isaac Okoro is awesome.
How soon do you think they'll bring Poku into Oklahoma City?
Like this weekend.
Well, that means you know what I'm going to be doing this weekend?
Going to the Jones Assembly where they introduce him.
No, I'm going to be going to every expensive steak restaurant saying I forgot my credit card and Poku's going to step up. I'm just telling you, I can feel it.
Hey, did you get numbers on that one you texted me the other day?
Yeah, it was pretty much the same.
I know, but it was the same numbers?
I had just about.
Holy moly. Dude, you have yourself a golden goose.
I'm there, baby. I love those numbies.
So we have the 34th pick. Is that right?
34th pick.
Okay.
Update from Dean Blevins, local sports.
Hell yes. Dino.
He said,
Deanie
music
Bees.
ears of the Thunder fans from Jay Billis. The Thunder's 25th pick, Emmanuel Quickly, is an excellent shooter.
Come on, Dean, follow someone.
Come on, Dean.
Guys, I warn you, I'm at 2%. I'm about when I cut out, it's because I'm dead.
And you know who's going to be more connected than Dean Blevins when your phone cuts out? You are, Luke.
It's true. More in the know.
The
Come
Jazz
on,
took
Dean.
Azubuike.
Who did?
The Jazz.
Interesting.
Ooh, Gobert
They're
trade.
going to move Gobert.
Whoa.
Where's he going?
Wow.
Who cares?
I mean,
Hell yeah.
He's gonna be on the Thunder. I'm gonna have to eat my words.
Yeah, somebody that we know will be left on this board
yeah.
at 34.
So-
the
Because
Thunder
there's
have 2
30
seconds.
picks, right?
They have a later one as well. They have
The 55
34
and 34, something like that.
and 53.
Okay, so 6 more picks until the Thunder.
Yep.
Okay.
Someone
let's
in
see.
the comment section says, "I don't know who Dean Blevins is."
Someone said, who?
Let us tell you.
I do. He's
Good
the
for
guy
you.
that took a pee on the sports animal.
What?
That's
Tell
true.
me that story.
He did.
He's being interviewed on Sports Animal, and he was taking a whiz.
Oh,
He's just on
what
the
a-
phone. He was live, walking around his
Yeah.
house probably. I'm just like, yeah, I got to pee.
That's cool.
And
Classic.
you know what? He continues to appear on the sports animal, so apparently he did nothing wrong.
You know what's crazy? Dean pulled his wiener out on live media. That's insane. If
Booted. Booted him.
Muted.
Taylor.
So the players left that we could that could be available. Tyrell Terry. I assume somebody's going to take Tyrell Terry between now and then. Desmond Bain, Theo Maledon, Trey Jones, all available. Jaden McDaniels available. Tyler Bay, Robert Woodard available. Right? None of these guys have been taken.
Yeah, no, they're all available.
Xavier Tillman, a big Tillman guy.
Yeah, but he's still. I mean, would you draft? I just wouldn't. I mean, maybe drafting a center. I guess I just am so out on that position for a while.
Yeah. Everybody, Jay Scrub, who everybody's obsessed with. They could
Dude,
take him.
just Jay Scrubble though. I'm assuming he'll be there in that 53rd pick if you want to take a flyer on him.
He could be closer to that range. But I mean, look at some mocks like Peyton Pritchard, who in the first round was like in 52. I just don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Let's see if we can get Tayshaun back in here. Yeah, so I think they could get somebody interesting there. I mean, if they could get McDaniels there, I mean that's two just swing for the fences, trust your culture, trust your new coach, kind of picks. Do we want to wait? I guess we'll wait until after the 53rd pick until we go pod.
The which pick?
Huh?
We're gonna pod?
We got to do a pod. Yeah.
Oh my.
why aren't you just going to post this?
Yeah.
For
This is good.
1,000 reasons. One, we're at an hour 13 already. Two, I don't want to edit it.
There's nothing to edit.
You've already done 2 pods today.
Hey, this is my second pod. What's up?
Damn.
Hey, so this is an uninformed question, and I'll own that. Is round 2 tomorrow?
Excuse me?
Or is round 2 tomorrow, or is it tonight?
Listen, Jay has an NFL.
Yeah,
Jay has an NFL background. It's not his fault.
Wow. I've been doing this podcast for 8 years.
He's been on so many draft pods.
We host a draft party every year.
Last year was the last one we did.
He was so serious.
I know. I get you. Oklahoma City via the Lakers is selecting Jaden McDaniels with the 20th pick of the draft, which just means Jaden McDaniels goes to the Timberwolves.
Just do a pod with Jesse.
What?
Penny says, just do a pod with Jesse.
Yeah.
Oh, so McDaniels is gone, which I think is ultimately a good thing, because I think that we would place too many hopes in Jaden McDaniels that he just wouldn't fulfill. Let's see if we can get Jay back. There he is. Jay, yeah.
What'd you say?
Jay,
Are you talking to me?
yeah.
What do you want?
Did you figure it out?
Did I figure out what?
When the second round is.
I have literally no idea.
I kind of like that for the T-Wolves. Actually, it almost solidifies to me that he's not going to be any good because he's going to the Timberwolves.
Oh man.
I would not trust them at all to develop him. And he's going there with, I mean, a place that Jimmy Butler just like begged to get out of because he didn't want to play with Towns. I mean, shoot, I don't know. It's funny, I could download this video and just make a small little video of Jay not knowing where
That's an Instagram video right there.
Yeah, I'll gram that tomorrow.
I'm also on 1%, but I can jump on the laptop later if you want me to.
Yeah,
Well,
sure.
I work a normal job. I can't just be at home having my phone plugged in all day, like you freak celebrity job haver.
Not indoors.
No,
Dude, you need to get an iPhone 6S. The last one to have a headphone jack. It's what I have.
that is whack. Actually, like, doesn't it make sense for them to have 2 lightning ports? Because wouldn't they want people to be on their phones more?
You got to buy
Or
the
just a
dongle.
headphone. Okay, whatever.
I want you to buy. Yeah, I wish they had a headphone jack as well. It is quite annoying.
Hey, send McKelly's awake. Send him a link.
It's in our text. Text him to get on.
I'll call him real quick.
Rosach has reshaped Timberwolves perimeter talent, drafting Anthony Edwards, Leandro Primero, and Jaden McDaniels in the first round. I guess I kind of like that.
There's definitely a lot of high upside, guys.
It is. Swinging for the. I like that. I like it a lot. Jay, you figure it out?
What's up? I really have no idea. Tonight, I don't pay attention to the second round of the NBA draft, and I haven't in so long.
Okay.
He's out of here.
We have a pick in like 5 picks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but what I'm saying, that's what I assumed was happening. But you guys made me feel like I'm a jackass for assuming that. So I was like, am I wrong? Is it tomorrow night? When's the last time we've drafted somebody in the second round that I can remember? Lou Dort was a free agent. We didn't
Devin
draft him in the
Hall.
second round last year.
Kevin Hall and Kevin Hervey?
Kevin
So
Hervey.
4 years ago?
Disrespect.
Do you remember where we were, Jay?
No. I mean, so
We
for
were at
Kevin Hervey
Anthem.
and Devin Hall, were we at?
We were at Anthem because we made a lot of herpes jokes.
Yes.
I remember that.
I'm glad that's what sparks your memory.
I'll always remember that.
You remember that. Yeah, second round will be very soon, Jay. Just stay on the line. Stay on the line.
Stay on the
Oh,
line.
this is an interesting stat. For the first time since the year 2000, Kansas, Kentucky, UNC, and Duke failed to have a player drafted in the lottery. 20 years.
That is interesting. Wow. I wouldn't have thought of that. Who tweeted that?
I'm on Reddit NBA Draft because I'm trying to find something for someone who DM'd me.
Do they have a good live chat going?
I hate Reddit like live game threads. They're too unwieldy.
It's the Wild West out there, man.
Okay, so it is now pick 29. Have we gotten the Raptors pick?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so we have 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Okay, 5 picks until the Thunder. Who are we? Is there anyone you're hoping for, Andrew?
Hey, is this tonight?
I swear,
I
Jay.
hate you.
Maledon.
He's out of here.
Maledon.
Yeah, Jay, it's tonight.
Is Terry still available?
I
I think Errol Terry
think
is
so.
available. I just can't even really for either one of those guys can't begin to actually believe that they'll both be available. I mean, I can't let myself believe it, because then I'm just going to be let down very soon. I mean, you have to think, like, the Mavs have picked 31. The Hornets have picked 32. The Timberwolves have picked 33. Both those guys are pretty high upside point guards.
Excuse me.
Good Lord.
Hey,
Andrew,
work that mute. Work that mute.
And you kind of talked about the shooting issue.
It
with this
came out
team.
of absolutely nowhere.
Hey, go ahead, Taylor. Jesse wasn't talking.
Hey. So you talked about the shooting with this team, and I know nothing really matters this year coming up, but I think, don't you think that it's, other than just being a fun experience watching a bunch of young guys kind of chuck it or whatever, don't we want Shea to have that spacing for him to maximize? I mean, for him to go through a year where he's going to lose a lot of games, don't you want him to grow into maybe not a star, but at least like a next level player? And if he's surrounded by Adams, Dort, whoever, I know Baisley's a knockdown shooter now, but like, there's going to be so many guys in the paint. Like, we want Shea to really blow up this year. So don't they need some guys out there that are going to at least pull defenders out to the perimeter?
Yeah, I guess my viewpoint is let's put Shea in some difficult spots and see what he is. Because right now, like, our goal isn't to necessarily maximize what the team can do to win games. It's to, like, individually develop these guys. And to me, he's going to get the best defender anyway. And he also doesn't strike me as a guy that's going to draw a lot of double teams. So I don't know that it matters too much, especially for this year. I don't know that it matters too much in terms of what the development's like.
Malachi Flynn just went to the Raptors, by the way.
It's very Raptors.
Okay, so 4 picks.
It's very Raptors. It's a good thought, though. I mean, I think they're going to have somebody. They'll have people that can shoot on the team next year, but they will be lacking in knockdown guys, which, like, Kevin never really had a lot of knockdown guys around him. Neither did Russell. I don't know. I think in theory, yes. Enderwigan called it. What did you call? I don't know what you called. Get some AirPods, you peasants, says Ryan Kennedy. Sorry, man.
I don't need AirPods with my 6S.
Is that really what you have?
Hell yeah, dude. I'm never
Really?
giving it up.
Let's see it.
No, it's right here.
Look at that. Nice.
Headphone jack.
I am a little jealous of that. Hold on. Oh, let's see. AirPods also have batteries that can die, says Tim Rigger. Peyton Pritchard goes to the Boston Celtics. Oh, sorry. Okay. Alex, anybody that interests you at pick 34 that you hope is there?
Honestly, Andrew, I just want you to be happy because you're the only one of us who know any of these guys at this point. And so if you tell me that Theo Maledon is good, I will believe you. Obviously, I know Nico Mannion because he was high in this draft class coming into the year.
Yep.
I know what he looks like, but I also know that he was very disappointing this year, and that's why he is still on the board.
Yeah, he's not a great athlete. But he can shoot it, and he's a pretty good passer. I would not be excited to get him, though.
Is Taylor gone forever?
I think he is. I think his phone died. Looks like the Celtics are trading the 30th pick.
Oh, really?
Yep.
To who?
Not sure yet.
Hmm.
Hold on. I've got to.
No word on who to yet. Hank, I got to stop petting you, bud.
What about Isaiah Joe? Like, I know you guys talked about him on a podcast, and I haven't watched like a minute of real game, just the dumb YouTube shows or the YouTube compilations, and like, you know, his shot looks like Bradley Beal. He could be a trash player, but like for some weird reason, I've got this like thought in my head that Isaiah Joe is going to be a guy. We should go for him. He can shoot. Not a fan, apparently.
Well,
yeah, wow, man, what a thought! I have no idea.
So
I didn't even know the second round existed. So why am I supposed to know that?
Sorry, I like him quite a bit. I don't know who he defends at this level. I don't know who he defends, but he can really shoot it. He can really shoot the rock. And his yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind that. He doesn't strike me as a Thunder player, though. Does he you?
Oh, no, I mean, he doesn't fall into that stereotypical Thunder Presty guy, but, you know, I don't know. I guess maybe Poku does. I really don't know what to think about him. He's, you know, I guess he's athletic, but it's hard to know really what he is. So I don't know if Presty's sticking with his MO or if he's willing to look outside of that. I wish he would.
I mean, I would say from now until they feel like they have a team that can compete, the Presty type will be whoever has the highest upside. Like that's the Presty pick, and that's why it makes me think that they won't take a guy like Joe there. That they will look to more guys like Maledon. I think that if McDaniels was there, they probably would have taken a look. Jamias Ramsey. Texas Tech is another guy that I would take a look at who he can shoot it as well. I think he's interesting. Also really like, I don't know if you guys have heard much about Mason Jones. He was on that same team at Arkansas with Isaiah Joe. His story is like super interesting. Like he was apparently not like a great athlete in high school and didn't really play basketball until like his junior, senior year. But just started wrecking shop at the end of his high school career and then ended up going to Arkansas and played 2 years there and was just a monster for them. But apparently he's kind of a tubby guy, but like a shooting guard, like a 6'5" shooting guard that can like really score. He said in an interview, he's been telling people in interviews that he thinks he's going to be an all-star. He's guaranteed an all-star. So I like the kind of confidence in him. He's totally not a Thunder guy at all, but I would be excited to get a guy like him.
Should we go for a tubby guy to kind of offset the Poku? Kind of just like we can average their weights or something.
Teach him the ways of eating.
Yeah.
I'd be all about that. Also, Grant Riller, who is still available, 6'1" guy out of Charleston. He's old. I mean, he's almost 24. He's basically almost out of the league, but he can score from everywhere, and it's really fun.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's still around.
So Vicini said that the guys that he had first round grades on who haven't gone, Trey Jones, Tyrell Terry, Robert Woodard, Xavier Tillman, and Grant Riller. He said no surprise on Jones, Tillman, and Riller, higher on those guys in consensus. Woodard was always borderline, bit surprised on Tyrell Terry.
Yeah, very surprised he didn't go in the first round. Some people had him in the lottery.
Oh, listening to Bill Simmons, that was like the only guy he talked about. And knowing now that the Celtics had a chance to get him and traded the pick, I'm sure that's all he'll talk about.
Yeah, hard eye roll on that one because apparently I listened to it too. It sounded like that's the only guy he ever watched in this draft.
That's a high likelihood, right?
It's a high likelihood. I'm kind of into the Bill Simmons watching or listening experience.
I mean, I'll never forget his James Young, how hyped he was for James Young.
He was hyped for James Young,
who did a lot of good things for the Maine Red Claws.
He did. Oh boy. So who's the winner of the first round? Who would you say? I think the Timberwolves are definitely a candidate. I really like what they did.
I would pick the Hornets because no team needed a star or a name in this league more than the Hornets.
Yep.
I mean, who was the last player on the Hornets that anyone cared about? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. And so to get someone like LaMelo Ball, who instantly brings some star power to your team, and who a lot of people think is the best player in this draft, I think that's huge for them. And the fact that he fell to 3, which, in retrospect, maybe that wasn't that big of a deal, but he was mocked at 1 for a very long time. Mm-hmm. I think that was awesome for them.
I agree.
Dallas just picked up Tyrell Terry, by the way.
He's such a math. He is such a freaking math. Short, really shoot. He's like Jason Terry, but he's Tyrell Terry.
Okay, so we got 2 picks, 32 and 33.
I just want I would prefer Maledon to Terry anyways.
What do you think about, so John Hollinger had a really good article today, and the premise of it was that in every draft, there's about 20 guys on average who end up sticking in the league. And so as an executive, his goal was to identify who those 20 players were. And so reading through that, the 2 players that are left from his top 20 are Paul Reed and Devin Dotson, which I know that Devin Dotson is more of like he's going to be a solid, backup role player for a long time. But Paul Reed is the interesting one to me because he had him ranked so high. He has him as his 12th ranked player. What do you think about Paul Reed?
He's super tough and was productive for DePaul, but I don't know if I see it. I don't know if I see it like that. I certainly wouldn't have him as a lottery pick. He's a second rounder. I think he'll play in the league. I'm just not a huge Paul Reed guy. He's tough as nails though. Which is
you're about to eat your words because he is going at number 34.
Maybe he will. Maybe he will. But that's good for Dallas, man. That's a nice pickup for Dallas. Who do they? Oh, they got Josh Green. I mean, coming with Josh Green and Tyrell Terry is pretty nice. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, those are 2 guys who were mocked in like the mid to late teens.
Yeah.
So to get them both, that's solid. I mean, that's all we can really base it on at this point, where these guys were mocked and that's why I think the Kings had a nice night, because it was like Halliburton was mocked in the top 5 this entire time, and he fell to 12. So that must be awesome.
Yeah, I like that for the Kings, though. I don't know what the expectation with Fox. I mean, I'm assuming the goal was to hopefully have both of them. I don't really trust their leadership, but
You could play him and Fox together.
Yeah, but I'm saying like as far as like thinking that through, but apparently from what they were saying earlier is that they were really high and like shocked when Halliburton fell to them, which I was too.
Yep. So I think this is your wife, Jesse, just said that to your point. Jesse's AirPods just died.
They did, in fact. I'm going old school
Do you
now.
have a mic on your headset there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Sounds like you all are
Yeah,
dying.
yeah. This is a new technology. That's right.
Oh man. Okay.
Okay, so there's two more picks.
She's
There's 2 more picks, right?
Okay.
Or is it 3?
Oh,
Where are we
I'm-
at? We're at 1.
yeah, because the Mavs are picking now, and I don't think we've gotten the 32nd pick on Twitter.
Okay. So 2 more picks. He's gonna be gone. That's what I have to say. Maledon will be gone. If he's not.
No, what you need to prepare yourself is kind of like Derek Wyatt, where just prepare yourself that he's going to be there and Sam's not going to pick him.
Yeah, I think. Like Poku was one of my guys. I feel a little bit a different energy right now. I feel a little different energy than I did that night.
Well, somebody just DM me on Twitter to ask me where that Reddit analytical model for the draft was, and if I could send it to him. And that guy had about the number 2 prospect. Don't forget. Don't know how he used his stats from the second league in Greece.
Charlotte is taking Vernon Carey at number 32.
All right, 1 pick away. We could get Theo Maledon. Andrew could go to bed happy for once.
Please.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Vernon Carey. Huh. It's a very Charlotte pick. Very, very disappointing.
They do need a center. They couldn't get Weissman, so they're going to get Vernon Carey Jr.
He can put up some numbers.
That's what you're looking for.
Okay. Now, so Andrew, your top pick is Theo Maledon. If he goes 33, who is your top pick?
Oh boy, maybe Jemias Ramsey.
Who?
Jemias Ramsey from
Kid from Texas Tech.
Can fill it up. He's young. Like I like some other guys as well. Like I like Xavier Tillman a lot, but he's almost 22. I like Grant Riller a lot. He's almost 24. I know. And I'm just trying to think.
Tell me about Devin Dotson.
Super fast, but
sounds good. I like that.
Yeah, he can score it. He's short. He's 6'1". Not a great passer from the point guard position. I don't know why he's rated so high, to be honest. I don't really see him. I mean, he could be like a nice change of pace guy off the bench, but I'm not sure what else he could be.
Who's drafting after the Hornets?
I think it's the Timberwolves again, right?
Gosh, why so much? So many picks, guys.
Yeah, it's Timberwolves.
Timberwolves again.
They got too many point guards now.
They do.
They don't need him. They don't need him.
He could really slip. I think there's a chance. But yeah, you're right. I'm gonna have to emotionally hedge.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad, man.
It's gonna be bad. Sam Merrill. Think they'll take Sam Merrill from Utah State?
Yes.
He's the best shooter in the draft.
The 36-year-old guy from Utah that is not athletic. Let's get him.
I like him. I kind of like him. I kind of think he's going to make it. Or Killian.
Here's my guess. They're going to take... Oh, gosh, I don't know. I thought I was going to make a confident pick. Let's call it Tyler Bay from Colorado. Oh, hold up.
Philadelphia is finally trading Josh Richardson.
Whoa. Whoa! Are they? Whoa! Are they trying to get Tyrell Terry? Whoa!
I don't know. I like that for Dallas. I mean, I was kind of hoping. I mean, I wasn't hoping because I want him to stay forever, but I thought that might be an Oubre destination.
Danielle Aturu at 33. So my guy's available at 34.
No, I'm so sorry.
Okay. Dude, the Knicks have had a weird draft with some of their later picks.
Maledon's there. I'm going to throw up.
All right, Maledon. Tell us about him. Hype us up before we find out.
Okay. Theo Maledon, he's 6'5". He can shoot it. He's got really great vision. He's been playing in a really good league over in Europe. A lot better league than Killian Hayes, McKelly tells me. So he's been playing in a real league. And he can shoot too, which is great. He's versatile. He could play next to Shea. He could play the 1 or the 2.
So tell me, why is a player who was mocked in the first round for this entire time, why do you think he's falling? What are his weaknesses?
His athleticism, right? And he's not like explosive in the way that you would want.
Yeah, he's not a great athlete. He's not a bad athlete, but he's not a great athlete. And I don't know how many of those teams went over there. I don't know. To see him, I don't know.
Is there anyone who we heard a report that they had talked to the Thunder who is still on the board?
Yeah. I mean, I know Maledon and the Thunder are connected.
I think Nico did too.
I mean, they talk. I mean, the thing is, like, people will like tweet out like, "Oh, so and so talked to the Thunder," and maybe they take Nico Mannion here in a second, but they talk to everybody. They probably talked to 80 prospects. Seth Curry to the Sixers.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So they're actually surrounding Simmons and Embiid with shooting.
What a thought.
That's interesting.
This says Daryl Morey all over it.
This seems like an Elton Brand move to me.
You guys want to do a podcast after the 34th pick?
Yeah, man.
Sure. My wife's about to bring me food, though. She might be eating during some of it. So they just got Danny Green and Seth Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Some shooting.
What do you think about that value, Richardson for Curry?
I don't know. From everything I heard as the season went on, Richardson was one of those guys who, when he was traded from Miami, it seems like his value was as high as it ever was going to be, the way people talked about him.
Yeah.
And now, a year later, I still think of him that way because, frankly, I just didn't watch a lot of Sixers games. But everyone that you trust and hear from, they seem to think that like they just don't value Josh Richardson that highly anymore. Not that he's a bad player, but he's not seen as like this young asset anymore.
Yeah.
He's like solid.
Mm-hmm.
McKellay's out here posting things on Twitter, and he won't even join the podcast because his family is sleeping.
I just saw that.
Wow.
They selected Theo Maledon.
They did?
Who did?
That's what Jeremy Wu just posted, that Oklahoma City is selecting Theo Maledon.
Whoa!
Andrew got his guy.
Yeah, your boy Carson Cunningham said, "Go crazy, Andrew."
Come on home, boys! Come on home! Wow, that is great. That is
legitimately the first time I've ever been with you, and a draft pick was what you wanted. The first time ever. Going back from sitting on your couch and watching Steven Adams getting drafted, and us going, "Huh."
We got both. We got both. We're gonna do a pod. We got both. Wow. Okay. Taylor's back.
Tayshawn.
Hey guys, I got my phone back up to 16%.
Good job. We're gonna do a
Jesse,
pod. Go get on your computer.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, I can't do this. Do you know how mad my wife is about to be at me?
Why?
You don't have to be on it. You don't have to be on it. What do you know about Theo Maledon?
Well, she's been me.
Yeah.
Well, I've now woken my baby up twice. That's why she's mad at me.
Hey, well, go. Stop. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that.
What do I know about Theo Maledon?
Dude, your hair is on fire, man. It looks good, bro.
Thanks, bro. His name sounds like Mastodon.
Mm-hmm.
Theo is short for Theodore. I had a
Or
friend
Theodosia.
or Theodosia. I had a friend that died in high school.
Okay. Sorry. Could not continue that. Could not. Would not.
That was the best heart out I've ever. Wow.
Not do it. Oh man, Memphis is taking Hager Tillman. Yeah, this is great, guys. I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now.
Somebody in the post just said, "I'm sure that your wife's hold on. First name said, I'm sure it's the pod and not walking around the house pounding fake whiskey sours. That's what has your mind."
Is that right? Oh shoot.
Do you think what we just witnessed tonight signals a change from Sam Presti's typical draft targets?
I think it matches up with what I was saying before, is that these are both swing for the fences type of prospects. Maledon's got real starter potential. He really does. Will he get there? Maybe not, but I think it's certainly possible. Same with Poku, and that will be something that continues. Now, what's different, and maybe this is the new trend, what's different, and that we've seen this, and Shea really wasn't a draft pick of his, so you can't really include Shea, but you can even start with Baisley. Like Baisley, multi-skilled player, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same with Poku, multi-skilled player. Maledon, multi-skilled player. They can all shoot it. They can all pass. And to me, that's the dream, right? If you can have guys that can shoot and pass from all 5 positions, which is, this team was going to be young and likely very bad. But you may have guys from all 5 positions that can shoot and pass and dribble, which is rare. Just like KOC said, this is going to be a funky team. Multi-pass, that's right, David Willett. Multi-pass.
Seeing a lot of video of Theo with Tony Parker.
Yeah, me too. I don't understand.
Good friends.
Tony Parker owns the team that Maledon plays for.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and actually,
Wow.
the basketball ops guy is Nick Batum.
Oh, that pass was nice, dude.
He can hit step back, sidestep threes. I mean, he can do a lot.
Dude, Andrew, he just dunked.
He can dunk.
Taylor, mute your TV.
You get me?
What?
Why do you want me on the podcast at this point, Andrew?
What's the level of talent that he plays against? Is it?
He's playing at a high level in the EuroLeague. I mean, he plays with the big boys, and he's been very good for them. I think it's a home run hit. Let's see. Yeah, that is interesting.
So, which pick are you more excited about?
Hold on. I think Poku is definitely the one. Is definitely the one I'm most excited about, for sure. Then I'm thinking I'm going to leave you on this stream by yourself. So give us a little. I'm going to give you Taylor. Here we go. I'll be right back.
Hey, man, now we can talk about whatever we want.
All right, let's get into
Jesse,
it.
what's up, man? Hey, I'll give the listeners a little bit of information about Jesse and I's relationship. I know where he lives. I've been to his house. I saw him in his athletic gear. He looked great. He looked good. He looks better in person. I'll tell you that. His house also isn't like this. It does not have this like green haze about it in person. I don't know why it's green in his house.
Yeah, you came by to deliver your pottery goods
I
around
did.
early on in the pandemic, and it was still around that time. It was kind of weird, like seeing people, and I almost walked out like to give you a handshake or something, and I kind of like stepped back. It was really awkward.
It was
like,
clear we
it was
both
like a
both did not know how to approach the
No.
situation. It was very clear, but we did the safe thing. We stayed at 30 feet apart. Just like I was like yelling at you from your driveway, essentially.
Yeah.
So there you go. Hey, welcome back, guys.
I guess.
You sure you don't want to make this a pod, Andrew?
I'm sorry.
Just talk some Tulsa, Penny says.
Just talk some Tulsa.
You want to talk about the Victory Church hosting a worship service, about 5,000 people inside of a.
Dude, no, that's when you need to leave Jay on this. Spicy Jay is good. Spicy Honest Jay.
This
That's
is
what
my
we need.
favorite night of the year. You guys, please stop trying to ruin it. Please. Alex, what are you eating there?
We got some cashew chicken from
Nice.
Thai Peacock, one of my favorite Thai places here in Portland, Oregon.
Wow. Wow.
That's very good stuff. Can you give us like the flavor profile of that dish?
Oh, you know what it is, Tayshawn. Say it. Say it.
Oh,
It's umami.
It's what? Oh, it's got some that umami flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your thing.
Dude, honestly, my wife I don't know what you guys said for like the screen froze and all I saw was a picture of Alex's food and I have no idea what was happening during that moment.
We were asking you about the flavor.
Oh, me about the flavor? That's some umami flavor. A nice Thai place packs great umami flavor. To get umami flavor, it's actually the fifth one. Or I think umami is actually the four main flavors together make umami flavor. Anyway,
Andrew Griffin just said that he would love to eat at Pok Pok in Portland. Well, guess what? Pok Pok is closed forever because of COVID.
No way. Wait, trade alert? What's going on?
Trade alert, what? What? We got 37.
Man, Sam is getting all the European players. This is one I don't know a lot about.
Oh, we talking about Vit Krisic?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Oh my gosh, this guy, he is a gem, hidden from that place that he's in Eastern Europe somewhere. I'm assuming. I don't know who this guy is. But what about this?
Oh, dude, that feels weird.
What about Alexei Pokashev or this Mičić guy or literally everybody we're drafting is from Europe tonight? How about that? Or getting today? Huh?
It's true. All of them.
Man.
That's
At least
good,
we're
right?
not at least we're not as bad as Dallas is about to be if their best three players are Luka, Porzingis, and Gallinari.
And Josh Richardson.
Wait, do we
Josh,
know? Can you tell me how tall this guy is?
Yeah, I'm about to look him up. Vit.
I'm going to guess he's 6'5".
He's from the Czech Republic. And no, he's not.
Is this just Presty messing with everybody? You've got to throw somebody in there.
He is
nobody
somehow
knows about.
skinnier
Yeah.
than Poku is. And this guy's going to be a stash. They're stashing this guy for a long time.
6'8". We have a lot of 6'8s. We also have a weight. He's 167 pounds. That seems very light.
Where's McKellar when we need him?
This is exactly when we need McKellar.
God. You know, he's a member of the podcast that always underwhelms, never comes prepared.
Yeah.
So that's the word people say.
We kept telling him to come up with his own drops. And he just, the drops he comes up with, they're just like, don't make sense.
Yeah,
we
they're
don't
just
get 'em.
they're just like Creed songs.
Stetson Banks says we should commend Presty for waiting till the 37th pick before taking someone that we don't know, that nobody knows.
That's so true. He's actually been like very trendy today with his picks. I feel like Poku, very trendy pick.
It's leaking from the Thunder too.
Any more sick beans? What are sick beans, Brett Land? Are you talking to Deborah? That's the beans, boy.
Beans?
Yeah, someone's asking about beans, and that's for Deborah.
Wait, we have the 53rd pick too?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Kelly is still tweeting and not telling us anything.
Can we pass?
Can we what?
Can we
Just
pass
say,
our pick?
we don't really want this.
All right. Do you want to record a pod?
I do. Oh no. Oh God.
What happened?
Rush trade? Rush trade.
No.
Hard trade? Rush trade.
Hold on.
Rush trade, hard trade.
I don't know what the deal is for the 37th pick.
Huh?
McKelly, I just said, who is this guy? And McKelly responded, I have no idea.
I've never heard of him. I've never read that name.
Do we know he exists?
I don't know. I don't think he's in Sam Vecini's top 100.
No, he's not. Somebody said that in the...
I'm like
No.
frantically looking for him and looking for like information because I don't know if you guys did you guys look at Sam Vecini's draft guide? It's literally a book.
90 pages.
It's unbelievable. The amount of work is unbelievable. This guy's a machine. So good. But he's not in here. He's not on here. He wrote a book. He's not even on here. It's just unbelievable.
Who did they trade that pick with?
The Wizards.
The Wizards.
I'm very curious. I'm extremely curious.
Oh, Heinz beans with tomato sauce. No, actually, yeah, I did eat them the other day.
I've got another guest that wants to come in and share something with us.
Bring them on.
It's my friend Jason. I've been Elephant King. Peace out, bro. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me. It's a
Hey,
blast.
what's your
Y'all
tagline?
take care.
Say your tagline.
Here, give us the tagline.
Tagline. I don't have one.
I'm so bad at this too, so...
I don't know.
Not that you are. I'm just saying, like, trying to, like, on the spot recreate. That's why my literally tagline is, it's Jay. But you can't take that one. So do you have dad jokes or a song you want to sing before you leave?
Yeah, whatever you want.
No, I don't have that.
Okay.
I actually like that.
It took him 37th, and he's not even in the draft experts top 100.
Well, you got to get him before the other guys have a chance to draft a guy like that, Andrew.
I guarantee
Hold on.
you 20 teams.
I just figured out why they took him.
Why?
Here, let me show you real quick. So check out this. I found his basketball reference page. I don't know if you can see these stats or not.
Zoom in.
Ooh, a nice 31% from three.
Holy.
There's nothing there.
What do you think?
There's nothing
I mean, honestly, if you move that decimal place over, we're talking about a 30 point per game score.
What in the what?
Hey, what are his
going on?
per 36 numbers?
Okay, let me go down. So per 36 in his main year, 15-5. That's solid. I'm looking like a Dario Saric type
Man,
with that line right there.
15-5-2. We could
He
use
played
that.
137 minutes. Okay. Let's see how old he is. Okay. He's 20. Not even super young.
Oh my God! Wait, does that say June 19th?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my birthday.
2000.
Here's what's crazy is on the NBA or the basketball Real GM website, it says NBA transactions on November 18th, 2020. Vitt went undrafted in the 2020 NBA draft, making him an unrestricted free agent. They just went ahead and penciled that one in, just assuming that that's where he was headed.
That's hilarious. Why'd they even have to write about that?
I mean, there's a lot of things that happen right before the draft. I mean, you try to knock it all out.
Like, we
Can't
got
do
to
it.
cover like 150 guys.
Yeah, I mean, for real. It's like a lot of work done before the draft. It's almost guaranteed he'd be undrafted, right? Oh, okay. I got my guy. He's gonna
That's
give us
crazy.
a little something here. Welcome, Frisbee guy.
How's it going?
Going great.
All right, you want me to intro or just dive in?
I'd like to know who you are.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Tell us about yourself, Jason.
Well, you see, I was born at a very early age, and then here I am today, and then some stuff happened in between.
Holy hell! Sounds like quite a life.
It's been crazy. So I've known Andrew for a while. I've got a little limerick here for you guys if you're ready for it.
Very ready.
All right. The draft is a roller coaster to go through when you don't know what your team will do. For the last minute trade, excitement was made when the pick turned out to be Poku. Now the roster is totally finalized. Except wait, I just realized more trades are the expectation based on Presti's reputation, and Presti will do just as advertised. So the trade board will never be blank. He can trade players of every rank, but before will be great. To stink is our fate, and so it's time to bring on the tank.
Dude, fire bars, bro.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Straight fire, dude.
Now I'm gonna air your rap song on YouTube. Is that okay? That's perfect. You pretty pumped for Poku or what?
I am. I swing for the fences. He could be a bust, but we'll see. There's potential there, and he's young. He can develop, and we don't need him to be really good this year. So give him a couple of years to get better.
Yeah, love it. All right, Jason, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Hey, great job. Good work.
That was efficient.
All right. We'll see you guys.
All right, see you, Jason. Thanks, man.
Dude, boy's got bars, dude. Straight from the.
Bars.
I don't think he wrote that out. I think that was straight off the dome.
Straight off the dome.
I don't think he was spitting a written.
You're probably right. Okay, you guys are ready to do a real pod?
Yeah, what the hell? Let's do it.
All right.
I know you
Yeah,
could.
who cares?
I know you could use me in there, so I'll be there.
Do you want to be on it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
I don't want to. I seriously, you should not make your wife mad about this.
I honestly, I was more just saying that because I don't know why. She's really not mad.
Okay, good. All right, fine then.
I don't know
Mike
why I said
Ramsey,
that.
43 to the Sacramento Kings. Oh man, he's just the type of guy that will go to the Kings and fail.
Wow.
Just the perfect guy to fail in Sacramento. So bad. Bad for that man. Luke Walton won't know how to lead him. Okay, so let's just go like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Talk Poku. I don't even know the name of the guy they just took.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Nobody cares.
I won't.
I couldn't even tell you what his name is.
Hey,
Taylor.
We'll talk
look
now
at
about
this. Look at Woj's tweet.
What did he say?
He spelled it. Javoni spelled it this way. Woj spelled it wrong, but then Woj spelled it with a Z. That's 3 different ways to spell it.
See, people don't know who he is.
I'll tell you who he is. It's this guy. He
have a picture?
injured his knee. He was ruled out for the rest of the 2021 season after he suffered a left knee injury in Friday's ACB game against Real Madrid. He will undergo surgery in the coming days.
How do you say it? Do you guys know how to say his last name? Is there a pronunciation guide somewhere? Seriously?
I'll look one up.
Krejci. I'm gonna guess Krejci.
Krejci?
Vic Krejci.
Oh, there's a guy. Hold on. There's a guy that plays hockey that's got the same name.
Did they just take a hockey player?
Krejci. That sounds fake.
Oh, I think they saw some skills on the ice that they thought could maybe
Krejci.
convert.
That'd be the most Thunder thing ever. The Thunder have taken a hockey player from Europe. They like the way he moved.
They're like, you should see his hips out there.
Okay, so this website called scoutinglive.com premier top-notch content
Krejci.
on prospects. Krejci?
Krejci.
Decent scorer off the dribble, excels scoring on the move, fairly good playmaker, decent rebounder, adequate defender, solid athlete, plays in one of the toughest professional leagues. Those are the pros. Cons, needs to improve his outside shot, bad free throw shooter, unselfish to a fault, does not collect enough steals or blocks, can be too undisciplined defensively, has not played much at the highest levels of pro ball, and currently is out due to a knee injury.
Sounds like we got a steal at 37.
It was all sounding good until I got to the cons.
It's a lot longer list.
Oh boy. Say it again, Jay. Vit
Krejci.
Krejci.
Yeah, so there's a hockey guy, a guy that plays hockey that's has the same last name.
We might have a what's the name of the guy who played professional football and baseball?
Bo Jackson.
We might have a Bo Jackson on our hands here.
We've
A
got
European Bo Jackson. We got a Vic Krejci on our hands here.
a little bit Krejci on our hands.
I need to wash my hands. I think I got some Krejci on it.
I'm a little bit Krejci.
Krejci.
Oh, it's very Krejci.
God, it smells kind of Krejci in here.
Awfully Krejci. Okay. We can stop. Okay. Let me pull something up and then we'll get started. Oh boy. What a great night, you guys. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Thanks for joining
Someone
us
in the comments said, "Cons, not a real person."
This doesn't exist.
He can play through that.
Even though they're not existing. Holy crap, this is great. What a great time. Okay. Poku time.
Pokemon.
Are you going to get on your mic, Tayshawn, or what?
Yeah, I'll get my my computer out and get on my mic.
All right.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye. Let's start, because I've got like many other things to do tonight.
What?
You can add Taylor in later. All right, you guys ready? I have no intro now. I'll have no intro. I don't even know. Here's the thing I just now realized. I'm not going to be able to get an intro for this year. Because I'm not going to have contact with the players.
That's true. You're going to have to do impressions of them all.
Oh, that sounds good.
Shay
That will
goes,
get you canceled.
Shay goes Alexander, and I'm down to dunk.
No, Shay has like a silky smooth voice.
Yeah, I had to boost his audio quite a bit. He was just quiet.
Oh, he's too quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that means you won't get Poku.
I know. We got to wait a year for Poku.
Oh.
You know what I was honestly very excited about is to get Ricky Rubio as on the intro.
Could you get Mark Dagnall?
I think I can get Dagnall. Yeah. I can get Dagnall. I could do that. I'm Mark Dagnall, and I'm
Mark Dagnall, and I'm down to Dort. What's Dort? Just give him the copy of last year's intro and just make him read it.
Oh, that would be amazing. Hey, can you read that? Can you read this for me? Oh, I think that's actually something I could do.
What does that mean?
That would be unbelievable. Oh, man. Oh, I was actually looking forward to talking to Ricky a little bit. Ricky's gone. Okay. We have a lot to talk about. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. 3, 2, and... Well, what? Jay? What is it?
I was just going to say the 53rd pick that the Thunder had.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they traded to get that 37th pick. So I think that
it.
makes the Thunder officially done.
There's no way he would have been there at 53.
No chance. Sam just wanted to be done. He's like, all right, take this guy.
Okay. Wait, is that really all that was in the trade?
That's what it looks like. Wizards traded 37 to OKC as Shams reported getting back 53 per source. I'm assuming something else like money, cash consideration. I have no idea.
I just want to hear him say that in English, bro. Just one time. Mark Dagnall. Okay. Here we go. Welcome to Down to Dunk. I'm your host, Andrew Schlecht. We're part of the Athletic Podcast Network. Because we have traded every player that we are aware of on the Thunder, except for Shea and Baisley and probably Steven Adams. Maybe it happened in the pod. And Dort. We don't even have an intro. Don't have an intro to the pod. So we'll be figuring out how to shape that over the course of the next several weeks because training camp starts in 13 days. But I'm joined by Alex Spears and Jay Smith. Guys, we got our guys. It's the NBA draft. We got our guy, Alexei Pokushevsky, at 17. They made a trade with the Minnesota Timberwolves. They traded the 25th pick and the 20th pick and Ricky Rubio for what we assume is James Johnson and Pokushevsky. So they got their guy there. We waited around, pick 34, which they got in a trade earlier today. We already did a podcast about it, Jay and I did. They got the 34th pick in that trade, and I thought, oh, that's cool. That's interesting. I didn't know who'd be available, but then we got our other guy in Theo Maledon, who McKelly and I did. I mean, we did a last-minute Thunder After Dark for Maledon because we felt like we made such a big mistake. And so we've got both those guys. They also drafted, help me, Jay. What's his name? Vit?
Oh, gosh. I just blanked on it. It's something. Krejci.
Vit
We'll say Krejci.
6'7" forward. This is maybe the first things that we all know. We're learning together about this guy. He's from the Czech Republic, 6'7", 185 pounds.
Just tore his ACL.
He's 20 years old. Tore his ACL.
It's a great way to start.
He's not in Sam Vecini's top 100. Never heard of the guy, but somehow made it to the 37th pick. They traded the 53rd pick to get him. It's just all kind of weird to me, but who cares? They got Poku. Guys, Alex, what are your initial thoughts on the draft tonight?
It's funny because we always it feels like the Thunder are either one extreme or the other. They either pull off the Baisley, which is the guy we've never heard of before, that you and McKelly never talked about on any podcast, or it's the super obvious guy that all the rumors beforehand suggested they were promising him. Turns out that was correct, and they moved up to get him. So you can't be that surprised, and in which case you got to be happy because we got to trust Sam Presti, at least for right now, until Poku turns out to be bad. And so you got to feel pretty good that they went up and got their guy.
You got the guy, Jamon. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think Sam Presti has historically been the guy where nobody really knows what's going on, but this was pretty much known for a month that this is where Sam was going to go. And so at that point, it was just how do you collect the assets to get to where you needed to go? And apparently, I mean, as majority of people were saying on Twitter and kind of affirmed here, is he wanted to get ahead of Dallas because apparently Dallas was also looking to take Pokusevski. And so I think the upside is absolutely worth it. I think it's a no-brainer if you've got a plan that's a 4-year kind of rebuild. And if you hit on this, then by that point, he is filled out a little bit physically because he is the youngest player in this draft. He already has a lot of the tools, like we've talked about a little bit, is he has a lot of tools and obviously the size as far as his height and his length, as far as what am I thinking of? It's late where your arms are extended, whatever that is.
Wingspan.
There we go. Wingspan.
Arm extension.
The arm extension length. So I think there's a lot of things to be excited about him. And if you look at a lot of the guys that know and do this really well, is all of them just talked about how this guy's upside puts him in a place that a lot of these other guys may not be able to achieve, honestly, which is, it's encouraging. And this is the exact kind of pick you want to take in this draft. And so that's why, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't fire me up, but it doesn't make me like, oh man, we really missed out on insert whoever, Isaiah Stewart or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, on Sam Vecini's big board, he's 15th. And on the Ringer draft guide, he's 13th. So, I mean, they got him at 17. So, I mean, I think it's good value based on what those guys think about him. Also, back to Vit, I guess in that trade, they got a 2024 second-round pick. So they add another pick in the future to trade up.
That's cool. Well, I think with this draft, what everyone was saying is like, yeah, it's not a great draft, especially at the top, but there's a ton of really good role players. And I think that played into the Thunder's hands because they're not necessarily looking for role players.
No.
So they can afford to take the swings that maybe the other teams just don't want to take. One, because they don't want to take that big swing, but also because they need some of these good role players.
Totally agree. I mean, the Thunder aren't looking for role players. They don't need role players yet. They've already got 2 young role players on their team in Baisley and Dort that they're just kind of already there. And you're like, okay, we would like to develop them and see if they could be more than that. Great. Cool. You bring in guys like Pokusevski and Maledon to see if they can. I mean, both those guys have starter potential in the league. Maledon's a lot closer because he's like played with real basketball players in a really good league and has shown that he belongs. And so I really like that. I think that honestly, I would be a little surprised and a little upset if both those guys weren't on the roster in training camp in 13 days and playing with the team because they did deal Ricky Rubio. So they do have another guard spot open. I just love the fit of him next to Shea because he's got good size. He can shoot the ball and has played in a structured environment before. And I'm excited to see what they can do. And I mean, if you're the Thunder as well, I think you have motivation with both those guys to get them over here and to develop them here, not with the blue. So I've even seen people throwing around like, oh, you may see Pokusevski with the blue. No, you bring him, let him play with the big guys, right? I mean, what incentive do you have to play either of them with the blue? I mean, you can send Vit over to the blue, but you're not sending those 2 over to the blue, right? Am I way off base?
No.
I think you're off base with Vit. I'm watching highlights right now, and this man, he needs to play with the big boys. He has not missed a shot yet. I'm sorry, Alex. What were you going to say?
Oh, no. Stetson Banks said that there's a 62-minute long video of it.
Yeah, this one I'm watching, it starts with a guy who's talking about him, and then the first thing he talks about is, I hope he has a speedy recovery.
Yeah, that's not exactly what you want to hear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you have to give the Thunder a lot of credit for the trades that they made today and for getting the guys that they got in the draft. I mean, to me, they're both. Pokuševski is probably more of a high upside guy than Maledon is, but Maledon's got a chance to be like a really nice, solid player in the league. Just a bigger guard. I mean, he's 6'4", 6'5". He's got a 6'8" wingspan. He's only 19 years old. And it's funny, I think that Eric Horn tweeted this, that he plays for Tony Parker. He's played for Tony Parker's team over in France. And it's just funny the connection that Sam has with Tony Parker. You know, he was the guy that was instrumental in drafting Tony Parker to the Spurs. And so it's kind of like a strange full circle moment for Sam and Tony Parker. I'm sure that they worked together, you know, and he probably got a ton of information on Maledon. So I think that's just kind of a funny little anecdote.
It's a funny little ditty. How old was Presti when Tony Parker was drafted? Like 24?
Yeah, I mean, in his early 20s.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is wild. I mean, he's been in the NBA for a long time, and he's still a young executive.
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean, I really like what the Thunder were able to do tonight in selecting both of those guys. Now, Sam will talk to the media tonight, and I thought about holding on and getting on the press conference and then doing the podcast. So if you're listening to this, that hasn't happened yet. But these trades aren't done. The Schroeder trade isn't officially done. So he won't be able to talk about any of these guys, really. Now that I don't know if the Wizards trade will be done tonight, so he may not be able to talk about any of the guys excuse me, that the Thunder have acquired tonight.
Great. Any of them?
I mean, if they can't complete the trade, if like the Wizards trade isn't official, then he can't talk about it. That's one of those dumb NBA rules that.
So what could he possibly talk about?
Dude, I don't know.
He'll talk about something, Alex, and he'll talk about it for a while.
Talk about the Chris Paul trade. And that's the only one he can talk about because that's done. But there's he can't talk about any of the draft picks. Because I would love to ask about it. You know, I would love to know like why.
Maybe that's why he did this. He was like, "Good, no one can ask me about this."
Are you possibly the only person? I mean, I would gander that there are teams that don't know who he is.
I mean, all the highlight vids, he's in a gym that is virtually empty.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't like it doesn't look like he was in like one of the top leagues at all.
Yeah. It's a wild, it's another, and it fits the profile of like everything that we've talked about on our streams, that the Thunder type is no longer really just like guys that are athletic that can't shoot, that can defend, because I think they were looking for those guys to pair with Russ and Kevin to see if they could make these guys into 3-and-D wings. The type now is who has the highest upside? Who can we bring to the table that could possibly be much better than anybody thinks they are? And that's what happened tonight. And it happened to be 3 guys that are from Europe. But that's who it is. And you know, the Spurs did similar stuff, right? They were out finding guys that people didn't know about. I mean, they drafted Manu Ginobili way late in the draft. I'm not trying to insinuate that like Maledon or even Poku or Vit are going to be as good as a guy like Ginobili, but all those guys are mysteries. I mean, most of them. I mean, Maledon, not as much, but still, like, you draft young players that have a lot of intrigue, and there's a lot of mystery to all of them. We just don't really know what any of them could possibly be. We know what their skill sets are, like the baseline skill set is, but what they can be, is left to the imagination and really left to our new guy, Mark Daignault.
Well, according to Eurospecs.com, what Vit Krejci could be is the next generation's Thomas Satoransky. So,
All right.
If you got, that would be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
He's a good pro, like a really good pro. I mean, maybe not really good. He's a good pro.
It's like, damn, how far are you about to stretch this Satoransky thing?
I think he's a nice player. Any more Poku thoughts, Alex?
Well, yeah, because one question that I hadn't even thought of until one of our listeners, Ender Wigan, brought it up. Is Poku coming over? Has that ever been talked about? Is there any kind of buyout? Do you know if there's any issues there?
I don't believe there's any issues there. And my belief is that he will be here. Yes. I mean, number one, the league that he's in now, you don't want to leave him there. It's like number one. Two, the Thunder have a runway for him that's ready to go. It's not like they were bringing him in to like a championship level team where it's like, okay, we don't really have a spot for you. So I would, yes, he will most, I'm not 100% because I haven't heard this from the right people, but I've heard, I believe he's coming. Yes.
What about Maledon?
I believe
Do we know of it?
I believe he will come over as well.
Because we kind of need some guys on our roster.
Yeah, I believe both of them will come. I don't know that Vit will come over because I don't know about him. I just learned that he learned his name right. But I believe that those other two will be in Thunder uniforms. They will be in the Grover uniforms at some point this season.
Okay, so let's make our predictions. Who is the starting five on opening night?
Oh boy.
We know SGA, we know Dort, we know Bays, we know Adams.
I don't know that we know Adams.
Okay.
As far as him being moved, or if he would start over Horford?
As far as him being moved.
Okay, just making sure.
Does this have to do with farmer emojis?
This is with lots of farmer emojis. I mean, Shea, Dort, Bays.
Oobs.
The Oobs.
The Oobs.
K-Oobs.
And probably Steven if he's still here.
And so then my next question is, Andrew, you just heard those names. Are they too good to tank?
I can't believe that they're going to go into even training camp with both Adams and Horford. So yes, perhaps they are too good to tank. And if you can get Horford and Adams, if you can find landing spots for both, then you're certainly not, right? Jay?
I think anybody's movable. I think that this team will be in flux outside of like Shea. I think the guys that we would think of for the whole season. So I think the question is what is, I don't know, man. I just saw something again about Klay Thompson. And I just keep going back to this fact of like, they could fit Oubre into a trade exception and give some sort of future first, either from them or, you probably couldn't get that Minnesota one from next year. Just because that has such a high value, although I think Minnesota has improved dramatically over the last season and into this year with the additions of Russell and Rubio. But I don't know, man. I just keep going back to that. I don't know. This roster is going to be in flux. I think you move Adams if you can get something. I just don't think you can get anything with Adams. Am I crazy about that?
I don't know.
because he's expiring, it's not quite as hard a pill to swallow for somebody. But
yeah,
if you have to attach an asset to get rid of a player, the Thunder aren't going to do it because they'll just ride it out.
Yeah, no, they won't do that. But I wonder if they'll be able to. I mean, I don't know if they would straight salary dump him. Maybe if it was the right situation for him, they would.
Yeah.
Or if you got somebody back that's you could take a flyer on, even like the level like they got Midget in this trade today, who I don't know if he's going to come over or not. I don't know if he'll ever come over. I mean, he's one of those guys that may never come over. Super skilled, 6'5" guard, not a great athlete, but like super duper skilled. I don't know if he'll come over or not. I have no idea.
Unless the Thunder are really desperate for players, like bodies on a roster.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about him is that he was a guy that the Sixers had, and he would likely have not really played a whole lot for them. If he comes over here, it's like, we've got minutes. And maybe, I mean, do they have, if they have Maledon, and you have Dort, and you have Shea, there's backup minutes there. Not a ton, but you have backup minutes there.
Ty Jerome will get some minutes.
Yeah, I forget about Ty Jerome because I don't know who's on the Thunder today.
Let me go through. So I just went on the Thunder's roster. So Steven will be there probably. Baisley, Burton's gone. Diallo, I think they'll pick up. Doesn't have an option.
Yeah, Hami will stay.
Dort, Ferguson's gone. Gallo's gone.
Yeah, Gallo's gone.
Shea's there, obviously. Devin Hall. Kevin Hervey.
Kevin Hervey's gone. He's already signed overseas.
Oh, really? And then you've got Ty Jerome, Jalen Leck, Mini Baby Westbrook. And then you have Moose. You've got Moose. Moose going to come in and be your possibly, you know.
Yeah.
And then you got Noel's gone, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Then you have Kelly Oubre. Dre's gone. I mean, literally half the people on this roster are gone. You do have Isaiah Roby, and then Rubio and Schroeder are both gone.
We're going to spend half the season just teaching our listeners and ourselves who these guys are. You know, and we'll just be. It's going to be a strange season in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and it's a perfect season to be strange.
And may I suggest, if you'd like to get to know Alec Pokuševski a little better, there's a video on YouTube that has hashtag New York Knicks in the tags that says he's Jokic meets Durant.
Wow.
Yeah. So just
That's pretty
find
good.
that video. Yeah, pretty good. New York Knicks were hoping to draft him.
I like the sound of that.
I'll take that.
Yeah, and he's playing in gyms that are like have two basketball courts right next to them with like a net between them. So
I'm telling you, man, this is they've got to get him over here. Yeah. I mean, if I'm Sam, I'm hopping on a plane after this press conference and I'm getting over to pick up Poku and get him out of there. I mean, for real. I'm not joking. They need to go get him. This week they need to go get him.
Yeah, I've played in church gyms better than some of these gyms his highlight videos are in.
That might be for real.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. I'm not making a joke.
Yeah. It would be a bad joke if it was one.
I don't make jokes.
Anything else you guys have to say after being on this stream for 2 hours and 33 minutes?
I mean, I got to say, I was very disappointed in the fact that I wouldn't say it went chalk because there were some surprising guys, Patrick Williams jumping up to number 4, but there weren't any trades in the lottery, I don't think, at least on draft night. And I don't know, going into this draft, you just figured with so much up in the air, seemed to be such a flat draft, like maybe the guy you get at 4 is the same as the guy you get at 14. We would see some type of trade, but it just never materialized. And as a result, it's hard to have an opinion in a draft like this because no one's really thrilled about any of the guys taken. So the only teams that are getting like a lot of praise are teams like the Kings, just because they took the guy Halliburton who fell based on mocks. But that's really the only reason.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just a weird draft.
It is. It's a very weird draft. And I think
if you're a Timberwolves fan, you're not sitting around going, "Oh my gosh, this is it."
No,
Anthony Edwards was the piece we've been waiting for.
Very wait and see. I mean, that's with all these guys. We're talking about it with Pokuševski, but like, I mean, it's that way with all these guys, right? Can Devin Vassell shoot the basketball normally? I don't know. We have to find out.
How much better does it feel to have a huge question mark at number 17 though versus top 10?
2.
Oh my gosh.
3. Well, this is not the draft you want to be picking in the top 3, because I think all those teams would have traded out. But the problem is, I mean, I don't know that this would have happened or that it did happen at all. I have no idea. But I mean, if the Thunder called the Hornets or the Warriors and they're like, hey, we'll give you Kelly Oubre, Al Horford, 25, 28, and 2 future first-round picks. And like the Miami pick and then something else. Is that enough to get there? That number 2? Like, you're probably like, yeah, I don't know, thanks. For the number 2 pick? Like, yeah, that's the best that we'll do.
Yeah, at some point for those teams, they have to figure somebody in this top 5 is going to have a ton of value as an asset in about 6 months. I'd rather take the risk that we choose the right guy, and even if we don't necessarily love him right now, we could potentially trade him in a year or two, rather than just taking like a random collection from a team like the Thunder.
Yeah. Yes. There will be 2 or 3 all-stars from this draft. That will happen. Who it will be? I mean, I don't know. Like, who are you betting on today? That in the next 6 years, who's going to be an all-star from this draft?
Well, I have a comment from a YouTube video here, and maybe it'll provide you a clue. You tell me who this comment is about. Serbs are an incredible nation. So small but perfectionist in everything. From Nikola Tesla to Nikola Jokic.
Wow.
If I was going to bet on who I think makes an all-star, I mean, I have no idea.
Exactly.
Oh, it's I would probably guess LaMelo, just because he landed in a situation where he's probably going to get a ton of usage up front, and that's going to really help him in his early career. But like that's the only guy I would even feel comfortable guessing.
I know.
Denny?
Like, he's in the East and he's going to get a lot of playing time. That's basically my argument.
Yeah. Denny shot 52% from the free throw line.
I know, man. I know, but he has so many physical tools, man. He just already has an NBA body. Like, watching him play, his aggression, like, I like a lot of the way he brings it. So, and it's just it's a crapshoot. I love, my favorite player in the draft is Onyeka Okongwu. Like,
yeah.
But which only grew even more as I watched his interview with his family after he was drafted. But it's just one of those things where with him, like, I still wouldn't feel confident saying that this guy has a chance to be an all-star.
I know. And he's in the exact situation, as long as they can get Capella out of there, where he can be successful. Because McKelly just kept pressing me for like the last week in text, like, how does he become an all-star? Like, how does he get there? And I said, well, how he gets there is he's got to be with a great point guard. He's got to be with somebody that can pass it to him, that can really get him open, that is a special passer. And I even texted him, like, I wish that Atlanta didn't have Capella. And he was like, oh. Well, he's like, well, you can trade Capella. And so, I mean, it's the perfect situation for him.
Yeah,
really.
I do think, looking at Weissman, I think Weissman is a fantastic body, and the idea of him could be really, really, really good, honestly. and the situation, being with the Warriors. Like I think that's somebody I could definitely see reaching a potential that wasn't really even expected for a guy like him. So,
yeah.
Exceptional body.
Is that what you're laughing about?
No.
No. Someone mentioned in the chat that I've been holding my mic for a while, and I realized I've been like holding this mic for an hour.
I thought it was really funny that someone noticed that and said something about it. So that's why we're just doing this.
Okay, I got you. That sounds like a great place to end the pod. Thanks so much for listening to our show. Make sure you follow the podcast at Down to Dunk. Go to theathletic.com/down-to-dunk to subscribe to The Athletic. You can get it for $1 a week. You should do that. Thanks so much for all of you guys that followed along on our YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. Just search Down to Dunk. Hit subscribe, like, and subscribe. All the videos, please. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. And we'll talk to you guys again Friday.
Cheers, boys.
Poku.
All right. Thanks for joining the live stream, everybody, for real. This has been cool.
It was. And long, 2 hours and 40 minutes. You guys are awesome. Have a good night. Andrew, good luck on your job, your actual job.
Peace.